out of 29 political parties المسجلة في دولة جنوب السودان IO is not one of them. ولما نجي نشوف ذات انتوا ذات كلمة IO دي جبتوا من وين؟ We don't even know. وبلنا our country is going down. وشعبنا تعبانة. But the way you guys stand here, you seem to only focus on your own interest. Very kind of a selfish group of people. And it cannot work like this, David Bian. انت قبل ما تجي تناقش مع الجنوبيين هسه يا اخي تلاقي عليك الله بدل تعمل لنا شعار اعمل اسم خليك يكون عندكم حزب اول before you even start a logo وتعال تجي تتكلم مع الجنوبيين وانت زول جاي من حزب. But you guys are bunch of gangsters. You know, you sound like let me give you one more dose. You sound like
you are talking out of Tumaini, my friend. We are talking about you.
No, yeah, we will talk about Tumaini. Lakini inta zata katendeji lama into dalawakum lazima babokum tukulu juza min hukuma ubabokum juza min negotiation fi Tumaini. لما نجي نشوف ذاته هل انتم مسؤولين انتم حزب مسؤول؟ انا مش عارفين اي مسؤول عندكم. لان ان كنتوا حزب انتم لو كنتوا ناس مسؤولين كان الاقل كنتوا سجلتوا حزبكم يكون مسجل يكون official political party الموجود في دوله جنوب السودان.
ما في حزب في جنوب السودان سجل نفسه يا استاذ.
انا شفنا
ما في حزب سجل نفسه.
لا احنا شفنا ريبورت 29 political parties are officially registered and you cannot come and argue with me. I'm argue the newspaper.
So Yakwana, we are not coming to talk about the registration of political parties. We are coming to talk about the issue with Tumaini. Paganamum is not a political party.
You had a freedom to talk about him. I'm not talking about the person. I'm talking about a useless organization that confused the people of South Sudan. Win the Juzameno.
Okay. And how, according to you, and thank you so much. Let me come back to answer some question. First of all, أخونا لنا سأل أسئلة مهم جدا. والأسئلة ده لابد أن اللي يجوا ممكن يعني يجاوب. قال لي الانشهاب بتاعنا شنو؟ وهل التميين ده بقى موازي ل أو ده يلقي اتفاق بتاع 2018 yes هو ده يلقي اتفاق بتاع 2020 تميين جاب مع حاجة اسمه رئيس مجلس الوزراء. أخوانا في نظام اسمه نظام حكم في البلد. لما presidency system بمعنى الرئيس بيتم انتخابه من شعب والتجربة ده عملناه في ناس خشوا في election. الرئيس بينتخب من الشعب بمعنى النظام السياسي في البلد نظام رئاسي. لكن لما الآن تتكلم عن النظام البرلماني إنك تتكلم إنه رئيس الوزراء. رئيس البرلمان ده يكون زي ما الأغلبية في البرلمان ما بيتم انتخابه من شعب مباشر. إذن if we want to change political system to South Sudan from presidency to parliamentarians is something different. We need agreement. The 2011 transitional constitution is not there in order to change the system, political system of the country. But if we're going to have an issue, you want to destroy all this constitution leadership council. And then حتى لو نحن دايرين نمشي leadership council we have to make amendment في حاجة اسمه transitional constitution بتاع 2011. لأن نحن دولة ما بنطلع كده بوب نمشي لنظام برلماني without any process. خلي الجنوبيين يقبلوا إنه يا أخوان رئيس الجمهورية ده نظام رئاسي فشل. يكون في أسباب خلانا نرفض النظام الرئاسي ونجيب نظام البرلمان. لو زول عنده عقل ودار السياسة المفروض يفهم فرق بين النظام الرئاسي ونظام البرلمان شنو اللي بيكون كويس معنا في جنوب السودان النظام الرئاسي ولا نظام البرلمان في أنظمة سياسية. لما تجي في أنظمة بتاع الحكم also that different. عشان كده لما تجي بحاجة اسمه رئيس الوزراء بمعنى انت ده تتكلم عن برلمان منتخب، وده ممكن بتكون بعد الإلكشن. لو أنا دايرين نعمل نظام برلماني ما في اسم رئيس جمهورية، الناس تمشي ينتخبوا برلمان بتاع جنوب السودان، زي ما الأغلبية في البرلمان هي اللي بيكون رئيس الوزراء. ما داير له انتخابات بتاع رئيس الجمهورية. حتى يوم داك الكومبين الناس SPLM-IO عملوا ده، there is no need for them to make a blackberry بتاع SPLM. which it mean that انت ذاتك يا وال you are different from SPLM-IO members. policy بتاع SPLM-IO you fail to understand it. انت ما بتقدر تعرفه. كيف يوم داك ماشي بارغزال وعملوا له باس في فيكتوريا، هسه he is preparing himself to be even also endorsed by Upper Nile. ده شان شنو يعني؟ إذا كان داير نظام رئيس الوزراء، ما في رئيس الوزراء بينتخبوه من شعب. وحتى لو انت داير تعمل رئيس الوزراء ذات حتى على مستوى ولايات، انت هتدير الولايات دي كيف؟ برئيس الوزراء؟ وهتديرهم بشنو؟ الوالد ذات ينتخبوه كيف؟ ينتخبوه كمان في البرلمان؟ المحافظ هينتخبوه كيف؟ ما انت you want to set the system ده عشان يكون واضح للزول انه هو داير يجيب منه. ما كلام بس كده ساكت في كلاب هاوس وذن يو هاف رايت تو برينج زي ما انت داير كلاب هاوس وفقط يجي بنظام حاجه اسمه رئيس الوزراء. ده الناس بيمشي للسيستم to change system from president to parliamentarian. انا بعد الناس تمشي له. ده واحد من الاشياء. الامر الثاني
لا في ناس بتكذب في بروتوكول الموجود اللي عندي هاتي بروتوكولات المضوا اركي كانوا في هول اوت جروب كلمه برايم مينستر ساكت اثنين كلمات ديل برايم مينستر PRIME and minister ما موجود فيه. فانت يعني انت وده البروتوكول اللي فيه امتى بتاع الناس فقن. Where do you bring all of this from? You know أنا ما زلت أريد أسألهم لكن حقيقة أنا بقوله أنت لو بتعرف
أنت ما بتعرف النظام ما بتعرف الأنظمة السياسية للدول. ده المشكلة بتاعك. لو أنت بتعرف النظام الفرنسي ده نظام شنو؟ نظام الموجود في فرنسا ده. ما خلاص السيستم في مصر النظام الموجود في مصر نظام شنو؟ ما أنت أنا aware about political system of the country.
جنرال وال دقيقة بس عشان الناس تقدر يسمعوكم كويس. انت هو بيتكلم وانت بتتكلم ما هنقدر نسمعكم. واحد يتكلم ينتهي الثاني يرد عشان يكون نقدر نسمعكم، لكن انتوا الاثنين فاتحين مايك كده ما بيمشي.
انا كنت
ممكن يتكلم بعد ذاك الثاني يرد عشان يكون في ناس.
وانا برابر ديفيد بيال هنا بدل يعني يقلي كلام في لسان فكان موم ديفيد بيال out of the 23 pages that the protocol المدعو قريب بتاع Tumaini initiative. أنا somebody that read this one here. I never see my prime minister هناك. أنت كده لو
أنت كده question ده جابوا إلا سالني
there is a leak.
جزء من سلطات الرئيس جزء من سلطات بتاع النائب.
في leak like a leak.
ده جاي عشان يدل على الأقليات. يا أخي ما كلامنا واضح. أنت ما أسأل كلمنا.
دي مقترحات اتقدمت في المشاورات اللي كانت في نيروبي.
طيب لما نرجع لحاجه اسمه تحويل نظام سياسي من نظام رئاسي لنظام برلماني، ده بتحتاج برلمان منتخب. ممكن يحصل الكلام ده في الانتخابات الجايه، ما بيحصل حسب في فتره انتقاليه. وجنوبيين دايرين يتفقوا على النظام ذاته، النظام الانتخابي اللي ممكن ينتخبوه رئيس الوزراء والنظام اللي بينتخبوه رئيس الجمهورية. لا ديفرنت. رئيس الوزراء بينتخب من برلمان ورئيس الجمهورية بينتخب من شعب مباشر. This is different. سياسي للدول. لما نجي نتكلم في قضايا بتاع انه السلطه ده عايزين يدوا لاقليات. حالات لما نتكلم عن اقليات اذا قاعد تخط في نفسك احراج كبير جدا في بعض الحالات، لان الاقليات منو في جنوب السودان؟ منو هم الاقليات؟ وهم منو الاغلبيات؟ منو الاغلبيه حاسه في جنوب السودان؟ وبياتوا مقاييس اللي انت بتخط الاقليات والاغلبيات ممكن في سله واحد انه رئيس الوزراء ده ممكن يدل اقليات. طيب لو الاغلبيه حسب النظام الديمقراطي رفض دور الاقليات ده شنو؟ مع اننا في النظام الديمقراطي اعتبار بتاع راي الاقليات في اعتبار. اقليات لو بيقولوا مظلومين بناخد رايهم في اعتبار كاغلبيات لو في الاغلبيه. النظام ديمقراطي حتى لو ناس صوتت في برلمان يوم ده 274 قال القانون بتاع نيل شكر ده should be 114 قالوا لا الاغلبيه مو الناس مش على حسب الاغلبيه. لما تيجي تقول ان الوزاره ده دايرين يدوا لاقليات ارقيه. طيب الاقليات الارقيه ده هم حسه في النظام الديمقراطي ولا لنا في ظل سلام دايرين يلم شكل الجنوب؟ لان حسب في مرحله بتاع الصراع يا جماعه انه دايرين نطلع من دوله من حاله بتاع الحرب لحاله بتاع السلام، وبعدها تقدر تمشي تمارس النظام الديمقراطي من خلاله تمشي تنظر للمشكله بتاع الاقليات. لكن قبل السلام انت تتكلم عن اقليات وهم ده نوت فار اوف وور. الوظيفه ده دايرين يدول ملونغا ون ولا دايرين يدول فقان ولا ليبواي؟ هم كانوا وين في صراع الحاصل في جنوب السودان من 2003؟ ما قال الناس فقان قال يد ما كشفوا قدام ويد ما بوسعوا لان انا ما قتلت يزول بمعنى I have no forces. Malunga one is a father of war بتاع 2013 up to ما شالوا برا من وزارة الدفاع. تيبن بوي father of the war حتى لما نزلوه وسجنوه وشالوا برا من الجيش. father of war.
وانت ما قلت قبل Agan was part of it.
لا ما أنا داير أديك الناس ديل كان ماكير. الناس ديل كلهم كان ملون ماكير وباي رونيا ماكير هم اللي كانوا بيشاكلوا معنا. They are the part of the peace agreement. حتى لما مضوا peace agreement they are part of it. 2018 منو طلع برا من 2018 ما هم كان they are part of it. الناس اللي كان بيشاك باي ده كان بيشاك ماسك رم أو كان بيشاكل الفرم وملون أوان أو كان شو مشتاق. إذا they are part of the care system. الليلة لما نيجي يقول إن إحنا دايرين رئيس الوزراء بيعطوا حق ونحن لسه ما وصلنا لحل المشكلة النهائية للبلد فقط نعمل ده شيله. اللي أنا قال يوم أنا ما بضرب ما بشاكل وزاد it cannot be and go to Nairobi إنه داير يعمل peace between him and Kir. لأن ما شاكلوا ناس ما شاكلوا بيعملوا peace كيف يعني دول ما شاكل كنت تعمل peace كيف ما بين دول ما شاكلوا بعض. فقنا مو سياسي ومعارض حصل في معارضه حصل عملوا بيس بينه وبين الحكومه ناس ما شاكلوا قبل كده شفتوا تمايني ده فقدر يوز it as a tool to come in عشان يرجع ل SPLM. He's not talking about peace. everybody should know this. الناس اللي بيهلوا مشاكلهم ده الناس الشاكلت ودفقوا الدم بعد ذاك you have right to talk about reconciliation and forgiveness. هسا لو كير ما فقدنا مو يريد to come and talk about peace between them. شنو ذا؟ شاكلوا في شنو؟ to be reconciled في شنو ذا؟ أخونا ما نلعب بكلمات لأن ذاته ما نلوم فاهم في السياسة.
Okay. David, we are moderators.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
You try to
number آخر حاجة إنه فقط ما خلاص أنا داير أجاوب على الأسئلة بتاع ليندا. ليندا قال يا أخوان حل المشكلة بتاع مشاعر ده إنه هو يده مليان سفك الدماء بمعنى هو السبب الأساسي لأنه هو بسبب مشاكل في جنوب السودان. ده طبعا فقط عنده عداوة دائم لريق مشاعر وعنده عداوة دائم لفقنا لكيما ياردي. قاعد يشوف إنه في 91 لا كان مع جونجر وفي 2002 إنه كان خلاف في جاي لما كير طلع من قرن. هو بيشوف الناس دي متمردين ما عندهم حق يتكلموا تاني بيسمع شوية الإيجاب. عشان كده داري ينصب نفسه إنه هو الأساس بتاع إسرائيل جون قرن قلاو وما يتبرد قبل كده. sometimes يعني عنده روح زي ده أب الروحي لجون قرن. طالما جون قرن مات الآن جون قبل يتكلم معه إنه كير ده ورغم شاديل متمردين. don't talk about them لأنه برا. فنصب نفسه مسؤولية ما قادر حتى من جانب الأخلاق والسياسة ما قادر يوصلوا لحتة. بعد ذاك الإشكال بتاع هو ما فاهم الكلمات اللي قاعد يستخدمه الآن وده عقبة بالنسبة له يعني. لما نمرنين إذا كان في ناس بيقولوا إنه الشعر السياسي في جنوب السودان بترحب بالاتفاقية تومايني. أوكي ده يعتبر رأي عام بالنسبة لي ورأي العام ده بتقيس حاجة اسمه القياس الرأي العام. هل جنوب السودان ده لو تومايني ديل جا بكرة هيقدر يغير وضع الاقتصادي؟ إذا ما قدر يغير وضع الاقتصادي what will happen؟ الشعب هيظل لسه عنده معاناة. إذن الشعب ديل قاعدين يرحبوا لمزيد من المعاناة بسبب فقدنا ممكن. الوضع الاقتصادي التومايني ده بكرة ما هيجيب سلام. هم دايرين ينفذوا جوا ده. شنو ضمانه ذاته والاليات اللي بقدر يتغضبوا حكومه جنوب انه just implement this peace. ما عندهم قوه عسكريه، ما عندهم حزب سياسي، ما موحدين في نفسهم كحزب موحد عشان تتكلم عن اجنده واحد زي ما ايو قاعد يتكلم كاجنده واحد. هم مجموعه من الاحزاب وهي حزب عنده انترست بتاعه different from others. التقتل ده ذاته ما عندنا التقتل حسب بتاع سواء ده فيه 7 احزاب سياسيه هسه مختلفين. المناصب اللي بدلهم مختلفين هقول شنو بيضمن انه التومايني ديل الاحزاب اللي وقع على التومايني ديل هيجي يشتغلوا في اجنده ذو تعديل واحد. انا متاكد هتكون في تعدل في اراء في اختلاف بتاع مصالح بين التومايني ذاته افراد بتاع التومايني. اذا الفشل لسه قاعد. الفشل الاخير كيني الآن في صراع حتى لو جابوا تومايني جوا ما هيقدر يسقط حكومة جوبا إنه نفذ التومايني ده كضامن أساسي في الاتفاقية. لأن مشاكل اللي في كينا أكثر من مشاكل جنوب السودان. ونحن تجربة في آيو لما السودان كشف في صراع مع نفسه. السودان كان يعني one of the grantees بتاع peace agreement كان من ضمن الضامنين. لما السودان بقى من مشاكل خلوا الاتفاقية 2018 ورجعوا لمشاكلهم. شنو اللي بيتكلم تومايني هسه يقدر يعيش مع نفس التجربة بتاعت البيس اجريمنت انه الضامنين بقى انه مشاكل بقى ما بيهتموا بقضايا سلام بتاع جنوب السودان. السيم بكره كينيا في مشاكل ما بيقدر يهتم بقضايا جنوب السودان لأن دايرين يحل مشاكلهم قبل ما يحلوا مشاكل جنوب. شنو ضمانه انه كينيا ده يمارس ضغط بكره على كينيا انه you put this agreement in place. شو منو جرانتس تومايني ده بكره ما بيقدر يمشي يقعد في اجتماع بتاع ايجاد انه يا اخوانا نحن جبنا سلام جديد ولازم الايجاد يغير سلام بتاع 2018 will not be capable. في اجتماع بتاع إيجاد إن أخوان there is a new peace agreement لازم 20 peace agreement بتاع 2018 should be dissolved. ده المشكلة. المشكلة الآخر.
Try to wrap it up because look at the screen. Look at how many people that have come up. We will still come back to you because it looked like you're going to.
Sometime low to a dayton from الناس. يعني.
We'll give you enough time until you even give yourself your own extension.
طيب ما هي الأدوات؟ طيب نجي لآخر سؤال ما هي الأدوات ملونga wana shani maru mudakta ala kir inu just put this to Tumaini in place. Adwat siyasiya?
يا انا ده نسال جرب ديفيد بسؤال بس سؤال واحد ممكن؟
أنا قبل ما نمشي قدام.
No, mine is not just to talk, but to ask him with this question. أنا سمعت قبل كان بيتكلم في نظام الحكم في داخل دولة جنوب السودان فأنا في حتة ده بس أنا كنت دايما أسأل جرول ديفيد في حتة ده وأنا سمعت يا والد أنت كنت بتناقش معه بالموضوع ده وفي سؤال كده جاء في راسه وأنا كنت دايما أجي أسأل منه يا جرول ديفيد أنا سمعتك أنت كنت بتناقش كثير وأنت قلت إنه نظام الحكم طبعا الدولة جنوب السودان دولة في المشاكل انت بتعرف كويس ودولة بيبحث بطريقة كان كيف يجيب السلام في داخل الدولة وانت قاعد تقول لنا النظام بتاع جنوب السودان هو النظام بتاع الرئيس هو النظام بتاع الريبابليكان. Don't you know that when the country is in mess the country will use whatever avenue in order to bring the peace back to the country. I don't see, Brother David, we are the first country to introduce this system of prime minister in the country. It has been tried in a number of countries, including Kenya that we are discussing in today. They have tried in 2002 when they have actually given the prime minister position to Raila Odinga in order to bring peace back to the country. So I don't see any excuse or any problem for the opposition actually to ask for that position. And that is, by the way, another way of narrow down the government. The current government, Brother David, we cannot go ahead with it like this. A government of 5 vice presidents, 555 members of parliament, and so many ministers. I think the right option is what was actually suggested in Nairobi through Tumaini. Tumaini that now you are against it and you are dismissing the system that will not come and address. And by the way, Brother David, let us not be addicted to arm. Inta gubel kunta gata gul al-alism lam ana pakada mo mind to gauge malong mind to gauge udel mind to gauge inta da tawat kullu zola jama'a kunin to gauge fi dakala dola ما لازم يكون في معارضه بدون جدل وده يجيب المشكله في داخل دولنا انا that thing there is something called hybrid system the mix of two the mix of republican or the mix of parliamentarian system as you said and the presidential and we have it now in Australia we have American system and we have British system and this is called hybrid system that thing can happen in South Sudan ya brother David go ahead shukran
أقول ممكن الكلام ده بيحصل لما يكون في تعديل دستوري. إسرائيل في الدستور الناس بتمشي حسب القانون المكتوب. لكن في جنوب السودان أنت you decided it to be in political system presidency. نظام رئاسي الرئيس بينتخبه من شعب. إما البرلمان ده نظام بينتخب من داخل البرلمان رئيس الوزراء. That's a different system بتاع political. So أنت وخدته في اعتبار غير الدستور وغير الحاجات اللي انت داير تعمله بعدها تتكلم عن النظام البرلماني عشان تجيب مشكله لو النظام البرلماني في جنوب السودان هي اللي بيجيب الصح غير الدستور ولو النظام الرئاسي هي اللي بيجيب الحل للسلام في جنوب السودان غير الدستور فانا ما قاعدين نتكلم يا اخوانا في حاجات بتحتاج انت تعمل فيه بنظام قانوني، لان انت political system and governance system ده في الدوله الناس بيختاروا بيخطوا في الدستور، والحاجات دي كلهم في الدستور بتاع 2011. You cannot change them by Tumaini, even also is not passed by the parliament. ده الشغل يعني. ده النظام اللي انا داير اقوله. امر الثاني my friend William, let go back يا اخوانا. 5 نواب ده ما لنا سبب، لنا كايو ما لنا سبب جبنا 5 نواب، ولا لنا جبنا 550 عضو برلمان وزير. ده ما نحن ده اجي يا جاب المقترحات ده. انا حاسه يا ويليام انا عندي 8 في ناصر، انا عندي 12 عضو في برلمان بتاع الجنوب بالدوائر بتاع انتخابات. لما قالوا لا انازل ما يشيلوا لي يزيدون يتانا 12 نفر، بقى اعضاء 28 نفر. ده في كاونت واحد تكون عندها 28 عضو برلمان. ده ما ظلم لبعض الناس؟ ما في اخطاء انتوا قاعدين تعملوا كان اساس لما يجي يدونوا التوقع بعدين. نحن يوم ده قلنا ايه دول ما جابوا في برلمان يشيلوا برا، ناس يرجع للبرلمان ناس انتخبوا في الانتخابات، سواء كان في المجلس الوطني يوم ده في السودان ولا في مجلس جنوب السودان. دول الاعضاء المهمين اللي انتخبوا في انتخابات 2010. لكن يو ريفيوز ذس. لما طلعنا انت جبت الناس ما معروفين قتلوا باسم تابان دخلتهم في الناس اللي طلعوا لاي جي النايو، الناس يرجع لمحلهم. انت اللي كبرت الحكومه.
David,
ده ما هنا
let's try to cut it down.
الغلط ده ما مننا، الغلط ده عنده. لا انا قال خلي الحكومه يوسعوا. ده ما هنا
Clear enough. Look at the screen.
امر ثاني يا ويليام كمان كنت الفتره الانتقاليه ده لو بخطوا في اعتبار هي فتره صغيره جدا، ممكن الناس يسامحوا بعض، لكن المشكله في عدم تنفيذ الزمن الطويل ده. ممكن خلال الفتره بتاع 3 سنوات كان انتهى والناس بتمشي للنظام اللين government ده. But the issue in implementation is not in place. You cannot blame us on this. شكرا.
David, thank you, David. Look at the screen. The screen is really full. So to really accommodate everybody and to make the room convenient for all, I think we are going to begin to time it 5 minutes to 7 minutes at most. Then we can come back with the second round. Madid, where are you?
While we have to make sure that time people up, and also we are live in Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So we need to know if you speak, please speak professionally and let us have a healthy debate. So I will not be speaking because I'm controlling the video. So you guys can continue with the debate.
Okay, and I would like to ask my moderators team here. Let's give everybody a chance to respond, and then from there we can come and analyze later on. Those of you who are trying to raise your hand to come up to the stage, look at how full the stage is. I don't want to bring you up as an you will be bored, and let this team finish, and then if you have something to say, we will open the hand raise for all to come up. In the meantime, if you are one of the people who have not presented your conversation yet, please don't ask questions because you will have a chance later on to speak. And then whoever you want to ask the question, you can go ahead and ask the question as a part of your submission as well. So that the room can go. Brother General Kola.
Another thing too, I brought up Igor Chias, who's a member of the SPLM.
Yes.
And I think there are some of the hit come to their side. So if you could give him a chance to speak.
I think that's a good idea because there's a lot of accusation here that has been thrown on the Real SPLM, particularly the leader of the Real SPLM, Comrade Pagana Mom. And you, Edward Chektu, you also hosted Comrade Pagan yesterday in your room. And there are some of the things that I personally heard Comrade Pagan saying and things that he did not say, but they have come up here and they have been put in his mouth. So, yes, I think that's a good idea. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not practicing a corruption, but we want to give Comrade Edward Chek here a chance to respond because a lot of words
Comrade Ward. Actually, Comrade Tuti is here. He's a member of Real SPLM. I did not listen from the beginning to General David I did not listen to his accusations and those actually nonsense he talk about. So give it to Tuda, I would interject based on what I have to say.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. Yes, Comrade yes, I saw you in the room. You've been here when Comrade David Bell was speaking. You know, he made some of the words that made me become a member of Real SPLM, and I found myself defending Comrade Pagana Mom. And thank God you've been here from the get-go. Take a mic and respond to some of the accusations put on your leadership and to Tumaini in general. Tell us, Comrade, is your Pagana Mom your leader? Does he want to be Prime Minister?
Yeah. Thank you very much, Comrade Warren. I really enjoy your speech. First of all, I want to greet the Hon of Room, Sister General, and Brother Majid, and the rest, those who are having a green, and the audience, and people who are in podium. So this is a very interesting topic. السؤال اللي انا ممكن بسال الاخ ديفيد جنرال ديفيد باول سؤال انا داير اساله انه انت عندك مشكله شخصيه مع فاغان. Please note it down. If you have a personal problem, I need to hear it from you. لو انا داير نمشي للمناقشه ده كلام بتاعي انت قلته يا وول كلام انت قلته كله I agree with it. ولو ما عشان انه يعني الضيق بتاع الزمن انا ما بقدر اتكلم كثير لان انت قلت كله. This Tumaini is helping these artists with ناس ايوه government. He's helping them. He's not coming to replace the artists. فباغان مبارا وكلم كثير قال كلام ده انه هنا ما جايين عشان جايين يشيلوا برا agreement artists. إنما جايين يساعدوا. يا General David لو في زول أنت داير ممكن تلومه you can blame Kir not Pagana Mum or not Real SPLM because your peace has been hijacked by Kir and Kir stated very clear this peace was signed not to be meant to be implemented. وقال كلامه في وجه الجنوبيين كله إنه قال لي دكتور رياض your officers, high-rank officers, you cannot come and command my soldier. Kirgal Kalamda, you know, you don't have soldiers and you have officers. And those officers, they cannot be commanded to my army. And I cannot implement this peace. Lela Tabulano de Pagana Mumia Augal, Kalamma MC. Makiri Augal. And Kir, it should be the person that you should blame, not Pagana Mumu or Tumaini. فأجتاني Tumaini ده ما بشيل كير برا ولا بشيل ريم مشار برا. Based on what is going on. ناس دي اللي ناس هم في سلطة وعندهم حسانة. ما ممكن نصل لسلام يشيلهم برا كده. بيقعدوا في مالاتهم حتى يقدروا بيعرف إنه سلام ده ما بشيل محل بتاعه ده برا. What are you doing? And this is your right to complain because tomorrow you are a victim. You know, Riek is giving you alarm. You guys, my supporters, this peace is going to be real. Tomorrow, don't blame me with the outcome. And you have right to raise your voice. I don't blame you because tomorrow people are going to lose their position. Riek is not going to be touched. He's going to be staying there, but he's worried about other agenda, which is under council of leadership. Riek is going not to be the powerful Riek that we have to know, because power are going to be distributed to those people who are going to be in that council. Riek ma bukun yao first by president al bisma unas kullu bisma kalam ta. Other leaders who will be in that council will have a say. And through that, Riek also maybe will be a victim in the middle because people get tired of Riek. You know that? That is the worry of Riek. That council, Riek will not have those powers. Really knows he's not going to be dismissed from the government, but it's giving you the supporters. Don't blame me tomorrow. If this Tumaini become real, don't blame me. And he want to ignite war. And this is up to you guys, you IO, to accept it or to say to react no. Let Junubin go to what Junubin they want to do with the peace. Because salam da asa not gadu fi makhimat besinin katir wa intu ma gadin tahillu ay mushkila. You just concentrated on position. So another General Biel, yes, you are right. Achan tamul so betagnu salam da ma koi. Lakin my brother, you reserve yourself. You are a leader. Tomorrow you will be somewhere else because I know you have a skill. Don't focus on defending Riek and Riek. His time is over. Pagana Mum, you are criticizing now, he will be somebody tomorrow and you will work with him. Reserve that. Not only Taban alone, to other leaders of the South Sudanese. You are a leader and you need support of others. Don't destroy yourself supporting Riek 100%. Riek will let you down and I know he let you down. So this Tumaini, he doesn't have any problem with your peace. Inama beside comes out. But the larger letter gulu,
beside the official, no other beside the population.
You were given your sampling as a Comrade Tut Pitoma Kabir Galo, Akunda David Galen in Jebel Galson into Kuntunas, Emmanuel Jawin, Kuntu Thomas Chirilo, you betrayed them. Kalam de Hagiga, Etut.
Mapoga Hagiga, at the land guardian Kalama, Emmanuel Jawin, with the Kalama Thomas. The forum betana the National Consensus Forum, Guardian Limu now, we talk. And they will be a part of this peace. Everything goes like the way now they are going. They will come and join.
In the same note here, Le nas David Bial yakri into Kuntunas Emmanuel Jawin or Kuntunas Omasarila can into Kuntumasolin much like there are different political parties, the different political organizations. Real SPLM was not providing a leadership to the NDM of Emmanuel Jawin or the National Salvation of Thomas Rilo. Kalam Kiana de Jaimin Wen.
Oma bus there in the Sarbabuna and Shakal. Then you all had a bus. It's another Sarbabu Shakal. Like in Manana, we are opposition. We don't have any problem with them. We are talking to them and they will join us in this process. So the Lapad bus can Nazi Shakal, there is Sarbabuna, not a Muskilama Bain and another.
Uber the Galini, would you know, as Pakana Mom, your leader is going there to overthrow and take over the job of a caller for. And they are put a
Bao Galmai and a judge. Who came to the kill Nas, 9 mine and a judge. So Mapakalam, they're full of they be willing to Akashan to criticize us, but let it be a constructive criticism, not a destructive, but you have your own personal problem with Pagan. Because this is the politics of South Sudan. Politics, today enemy become tomorrow friend. So my advice to you, David, I know you are a leader.
The implementation of Arab Makan Kifaya. Into Malcolm Mustajalin. Why are you in hurry? Why you don't want to give them 12 more years?
No, the Muslim Nas IO, they want to be the one doing everything to South Sudanese. They don't want other party to come to do the work. They want to be the one doing everything. They are Kalamudam Kulu. Well, Lakin Ajadas and people have learned what is going on in IO. People have learned. Even things will not be the same like they used to. Nas Irifonu Fissional Machida. For my IO, you need other parties to support you. You don't reject people. So I think they want IO to be the one doing everything. They don't like any other party to come up. That is the only thing they want. So David Bill.
If you realize that the goal is to giant with salvation, you come into giant paying cars, I think so $1, you come into rescue, and David Bill downplay that one there. Is that true? Are you guys coming to rescue anything?
Comrade Wall, you know, this group of Pagan and Malong and Thomas Rilo,
Tut for you to continue.
Comrade.
Yeah, Tut, what you're supposed to ask David Bill. Sita Senator David Bill Damat Shuno, Le Shabita Jungo Sudan. Amat Shuno the Nas Bitao Gadi from Khay.
Wall Salu Gibel Zaru Kalam the wall already talk about all this. It depends position of real SPLM before. That's why I said all my talk all I said. So Nazdel wall Nazdel they are comrades. So they are the one who fighting themselves. And they know they have that comradeship. And if they come to the table, they talk, they will resolve all this problem. And with the supporters, we are the people that making things harder. You know, Pagan and Salva Kiir and Dr. Riek, they are comrades. And now we are just dividing ourselves on them, following them. Tomorrow they will go back in that same and they will see themselves as comrades. And we people who are now trying to make change, we will not make change unless somebody would never test revelation there to come and lead us, maybe. Lakini za nina gari namchi warawa ta nazta alkanu fi gaba, they will not do anything for us. And they will go back to their sini bitam de. Ashanu mu arifinu mu mashakulu zaman irifu tebita shakal chunu. وهبوا نخلي الناس ديل يعملوا سلام we let them support them, and this is where we will come up, you people who want to lead the country. But we wrangle with them like the way we are doing things now. We will be all of us get all together with them, and this country will be in mess. خلونا نشيل مثل بتاع السنون لما سندر يطلع ده ما بقول السن بتاع ميلتيز ده go out. He just come out. He push the teeth and come. This is what we need. We have to push them out from the power, but through subordinate ourselves to them. And if we don't do that, we will be all together, like the way now things are going. Riek will be staying more 10 years. Salva Kiir will be staying more 10 years, and all of us we're getting age. We're getting old. So David Biel, don't fear this peace. Peace of Tumaini is a risky plan. And these comrades who are leading us now in the country, the other one.
General Tut Khalina Salag, and into command mafia Malaysia moderators. I know I'm maybe breaking the rules. Into Tumaini they will now real SPLM. And Kuntu was the solution for South Sudan crisis. It has to be to Kiir and Riek to exit together. Like in Asa, you seem you're changing the tune that you stand for so many years. And it is something else. Into why is this position is changing? And what is going to be the solution then if you just negotiating your way to go inside and you're going to sit like in others? So why are you not telling us what changed?
No. We will not tell you what changed. You see, one time, Dr. Lama called Salu, Masha Juba. Galia, the Galulo, Dr. Lam, it's a kuntu win the man. Intama can't get a Jew, get Rajat. Layers I get Galal Jab, Dr. Yak, Juda, we job pulling opposition, they'll job Juda, they are job Juda. Okay? So the same answer.
Sorry to interrupt, which means you guys are just for opposition. Because now you have achieved your position. That's why you want to go in and sit and eat. Is that what you guys do? No. Is it because you are going to be given position? Because that is what Riek has done. We have seen it how Riek has employed his family.
We are not saying now the position, which position we are looking up. We are just saying let's make peace. You see the protocol by yourself. What is there? We didn't say we need this position. Up to now, the power sharing is not touched. We don't talk about power sharing. You know, we want to rescue this country. Because the way now we are, even UN is fed up with us. We have money.
Just tell us how to rescue. What are your tools or your...
We rescue together.
Rescue South Sudan.
Yes, we are going to rescue together. You read the protocol.
Together with who?
With the IO, IG, all parties.
No. Your question now is something different. Because even also, I think General Mariel said, tell you that why you change your language. During that time, you are talking in Ukir, where Machar should get out from politics. But now you change the language.
Not we.
Leaving Ukir and free. What change your language?
The situation is changing. Even the environment.
Which situation you are talking about?
The situation that our people are suffering. The people, the civilians are suffering.
Okay, you see that the mushkila bitakum the Young Machar is not clear.
Oh,
everybody change the language. Yeah,
we don't talk about our position of Young Machar. We are planning to rescue the country.
Yeah,
there. But
how to rescue the country?
Can we just do productive discussion?
This lean government is what makes KBPL worry. This lean government, that is what makes KBPL worry, because of hearing lean government, some members of IO are going to lose the position. And that is what makes KBPL worry.
My friend, I don't have position now. Up to now, I don't have position in that government.
I know you don't have. You are defending
your comrade. You're defending your comrade in Juba, David. Let me add to you
the reason Edward and respond, these people are members of real SPLM, and David Biel put a lot of accusations on the real SPLM leader, which is Pagana Mom, and this is with regard to the SPLM-IO withdrawal from Tumaini. That's why we're trying to give them unlimited time to clear out some stuff. It's about time we educate ourselves. So into Algarian, be patient, bear with us. We will give you a chance to talk, unless if either you are a member of SPLM-IO or SPLM IG or SPLM, what you call a real SPLM. So we know you guys, and you will contribute.
The reason people rebel, those who don't have parties, they are not important.
Because the topic here is not about general South Sudanese, it is about the Tumaini and the withdrawal of IO. If you want to rebel for that, go ahead. Take a mic.
نديونا الأولوية لأنه النقاش ده داير ما بينهم هم بالأحداث الجارية في نيروبي الآن ما بين IO فأنا خلوا لنا الأولوية واللي إحنا قاعدين يعني النقاش حيستمر ما في مشكلة. ندي الأولوية لأستاذ إيبر وأستاذ سود وديفيد بيل بعدها نرجع للمتحدثين.
مجموعة لأي جنوب يسأل سؤال you have to ask some questions too. Yeah.
يا أول.
أيوة.
أنا كنت أقول له just give me 1 minute please.
يا أخي أنا كنت أقول له بتاع شنو يا أخي خلينا نتكلم يا أخي.
دقيقة.
Okay.
In English.
The question is this. يا أول.
كذا خلينا أول كذا خلينا فرصة.
يلا ما دام تسأل يا go ahead go ahead. Yeah, thank you. Go ahead.
كلام جميل جدا. Thank you so much. First of all, let me give thanks to moderators on the stage here. Thank you so much, Comrade Wall. Actually, I came in and I have listened to you when you are actually answering, and also your argument with General David. Thank you, Comrade Medit, for inviting me up. To be honest, I did not want to come up. I was willing to listen down because I'm actually preparing for the room on Saturday. I'm going to analyze the withdrawal of the SPLM-IO from Tumaini peace talk. And that's why I didn't want to come up. Just it is an accusation what talks David Biel saying here. Let me give thanks also to my comrade Tut for answering the question. أنا بشكر كل الناس الفوق والناس القاعدين تحت. في سؤال طرحه قبل شويه انا كنت قاعد في الروم وانا استمعت لاسئله بتاعت اختي كومريد ليندا، والاسئله دي الكبار على ديفيد بيل، لذلك لم يجاوب على الاسئله. I don't want to challenge him. هو لم يجاوب على الاسئله واكرر لم يجاوب على الاسئله. And I will be ready up here actually because في ناس كتار فوق في الستيج، انا ما دارين احتكر الستيج، خلي يكون نقاش موضوعي، يدوا فرصه لناس ثانيين جنوبيين let them talk، ولو في فرصه برضه we can make comment. Otherwise I'm preparing for deep analysis why the SPLM-IO withdraw from Tumaini. I'm going to tell you guys there are 3 reasons, but because of time I'm not going to talk about them here. Let me make a comment on the first point. Comrade Tut, thank you so much, Comrade, because earlier there is some point answered by Comrade Wolf, and thank you, Wolf, for even being honest and also independent thinker to answer the question based on being activist on social media and actually familiar with what's going on within South Sudan political arena. First of all, قبل سألوا General David قبل شوية لتوت قال how you going to rescue South Sudan. طبعا ديفيد بيل لأنه تم عسكر تفكيره بقى تفكير عسكري، وبقى بيتكلم باللغة بتاعة العنف، وما بيعرف أي حاجة إلا القتل والتشريد بتاعة الناس والآليات بتاعة قوة المنطق وليست منطق القوة، ودي في حد ذاتها بتشكل أزمة في جنوب السودان يعطيك وللناس اللي قاعدين فوق ولا ديفيد. ولذلك بينطلق ديفيد منطلق إنه أي زول ما شايل سلاح في جنوب السودان معناه you are nothing, and you should just be quiet. وده ذاته itself, this kind of language itself, really it should make us, all of us as South Sudanese, to be worried about the future of South Sudan with this mentality بتاعت إنه أي حاجة نرجع للحرب وقتل. وده بوريكم إنه حتى الشعب بتاع جنوب السودان ما يكون لهم فرصة بتاعت إنه هم كشعب to say something, this is wrong, and even to demonstrate. Why? Because language بتاع ديفيد بيلا ليلة لو الشعب بتاع جنوب السودان طلعوا الشارع وبيضربهم بالسلاح، يمكن ممكن يقتلهم before SPLM يجي يضربوا لأنه they are worried about the position of Dr. Riek Machar. And this one actually is something very sad. يخلي الناس إنه you should be worried about this. لو أنت شفتوا concept بتاع round table, position in general is not only the real SPLM. I'm talking on behalf of this position. بما فيهم ناس إيمان الجاوين ومولانا ناس توماس وأليكس، كلنا الريسكيون بتاع جنوب السودان كان عن طريق بتاع راوند تيبل، إنه نحن البلد ماشي تنهار والبلد ماشي تفرتك. كلامات ديفيد قاعد يقول يتكلم هو شيء، ده كلام ما كلام سياسي، كلام ساكت يعني. هسه ما في مرتبات بيدفع للمواطنين، ما في مرتبات بدفعوا للجيش، ما في مرتبات بيدفعوا لبحثار الدبلوماسيه، ما في مرتبات. المدارس جبال كلهم في جنوب السودان وقف لانه المنظمات يا قاعده تساعد. We are talking now في مجاعه في بنتيو حسب التقارير بتاع اليونايتد نيشن ساوث السودان، في مجاعه في فشلا، في مجاعه في بيبور، في ناس قاعدين يموتوا بين اطفال ماتوا اسبوع فات كبير، في مجاعه في اويل ايست، في بوادر مجاعه في ايسترن اكواتوريا، كذلك في بعض المناطق بتاعت اعلى النيل. فانت انت بتتكلم في الوضع متأزم، انت بتتكلم في انه الخرطوم الان الحرب بتمتد في الخرطوم، في نفس الوقت حدود بتاعك 2180 كيلومتر او ميل ده حدود مفتوحه، انت ما قادر تعممها. الصراع الان قاعد يمتد بين الدعم السريع والجيش السوداني، ممكن ياثر على جنوب السودان. you are not doing anything كويس. ففي حاله زي ده المعارضه بترى ان يا اخواننا نحن شكل ثاني ما ضرب السلاح ما بيخدمنا كجنوبيين، خلونا نقعد نتحاور. how come we going to rescue South Sudan? we're rescuing South Sudan through dialogue. المعارضه طرحت حاجه يسموها راوند تيبل، ما هي المستديره. الراوند تيبل في شكل مؤتمر دستوري نقعد كجنوبيين، وفكره بتاع الراوند تيبل اسد ملك ويليام ما فيه رئيس وكده، let us sit as South Sudanese to solve our issues. Now الحكومه طلعت من الروم لما مشت لنيروبي في خلال بتاع مفاوضات both of the delegation بتاعت ارتي جونو الفيهم the SPLM-IG والفيهم SPLM-IO والسوا والدرس they were allergic to the concept of round table. الناس قال يا جماعه خلاص الناس قال they were actually كانوا مرنين جدا انه لا لو عندكم مشكله راوند تيبل نحن اصلا راوند تيبل مؤتمر دستوري it is the same concept اللي هو constitutional conference لانه النتيجه بتاعت راوند تيبل هو السياقه بتاع الدستور ده في جنوب السودان. النتيجه بتاع المؤتمر الدستوري بيجمع الجنوبيين كلنا بنقعد كلنا ممثلين بتاع الشعب بتاع جنوب السودان كل الاحزاب السياسيه مجتمع مدني دياسبورا what we come and sit down and agree how we going to govern South Sudan. الديليجيشن بتاع الحكومه بما فيهم ناس بتاع SPLM-IO they accepted the idea. اوكي قبلوا ناس SPLM حتى السياسه اللي قاعد يقولوا ديفيد بيل قبل. انا شخصيا بتاسف where is politics here؟ اذا انت وقعت اعلان بتاعت المبادئ اعلان بتاع المبادئ ديفيد ده قاعد قدامينا هسه يا جماعه قدامينا اتفاقيه بتاعت توميني وانا قدامي اعلان بتاع المبادئ. اعلان بتاع المبادئ اللي هو declaration of principle اللي هو كان اطار القانوني للمفاوضات لم تتحدث عن مرجعيه اتفاقيه السلام المنشط الميته اصلا لم تتحدث عن ذلك. How come today you just requesting from us إنه والله يا جماعه لازم نرجع لارتي جون؟ انت لما وقعت على انت بالتبادل ما كنتوا ناقشين ليه ما كان ما توقع؟ كان تنسحب عشان كلامك ده يكون مقتنع لكن لا ما كنت عارف لذلك توقعت ويريد خطوره قالوا هسه وانا اقوله بعد شويه بس انا بختصر عشان الزمن للناس ثانيين. فالحته دي يا جماعه ناس SPLM-IO وقعوا مع الخطاب مع الحكومه ناس IG وقعوا اعلان بتاع المبادئ. اوكي طيب how are we going to rescue South Sudan? We are going to rescue South Sudan through dialogue. بالdirect question answer يا ديفيد ولا يزول still هنا wondering and هنا we're going to rescue South Sudan through dialogue. جنوب السودان الان انتم براكم شايفين الحاصل.
طيب يا Edward, how is your dialogue different from national dialogue that was actually made through the grassroots?
كلام جميل جدا. الناشونال dialogue actually الكونسبت بتاعته ذاته ده كونسبت بتاع سلفاكير براو كان كون نايب ناشونال dialogue كويس. اول حاجه ناس رياض ناس ديفيد بيل قاعدين فوق ده they were not part of national dialogue. انت لو ما بتعرف الكلام ده كومريد شولدي SPLM-IO ريجكت الحاجه ده ما كانوا جزء منه كويس. المعارضه كلها في الخارج ما كانوا جزء منه. بعدين يعني الناشونال دايلوج ده توصيات بس it is not a constitutional conference مؤتمر دستوري. لو كان طوروه ممكن كان تضموا ناس SPLM-IO ويضموا ناس ثانيين and then you call it constitutional conference. But now هنا كمعارضه ما مشاركين في الحكومه. We are not part of the government كومريد شولدي. So now how come now we actually coming here actually to adopt the recommendation of national dialogue?
But Comrade Edward, sorry to interrupt again. You have your Sultan that was actually picked up from the grassroots, which represent you. Are you telling me that your Sultan is not your representative? And they were all in the national dialogue? That was actually what made it to be from the grassroots and it's from
my Sultan,
the main citizen from the grassroots. Continue.
My Sultan actually it got nothing to do with my political views. I'm here representing myself as opposition. The Sultan you're talking about actually is in the areas of the government in South Sudan. So even his decision, his opinion is not independent when he was discussing. If you are not aware of that, Commissioner Sholdit, I'm aware of that. I know what was going on during the discussion of national dialogue in Juba. I'm aware of that. The only place actually government did not send delegation was the Upper Nile. They hosted in Juba under the protection of national security of Akolpur. They were watching what's going on. You have to say this and don't say this. So please, let's leave this aside. They went to Barakazal, مش قعدوا مع الناس هناك الجراس روت هناك في بارغزال. المحل الوحيد كذلك في الاستوائية. الما في زول مشى فوق ده على النيل. جابوا كمان ممثلين.
إدوارد أخوي معلش ما دار أقاطعك. في كلام امبارح جنرال فقان قالوا أنا طبعا شغال لكن بستمع. قال إنه البنود اللي في أرسيس الما طبقوها هيتم تضمينها في تومانيني وهيطبقوها هناك. أنا ده نسألك الكلام ده أنا سمعته إذا كيف هيكون الكلام ده وهتستأذنوا من باقي المعارضات والكلام ده هيحصل كيف؟ شكرا يعني استصعب معك السؤال اللي في تحليله.
Your mic is muted, Edward. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, thank you, Comrade Wall. أنا أجاوب على السؤال بتاعتك، بس خليني أنا أكمل كلامي تعليق بتاعي ده. موضوع بتاعت كاميرا شول بتاعت راوند تيبل اللي اسمه شنو ناشونال دايلوج كده ليجي السايد لانه حتى التفكير بتاعه ناس ديفيد جيل زارين فوق راي ونينا ما كنا جزء منه so we should not talk about حاجه. السلاطين بتاعتنا بيمثلوا قبائل ما بيمثلوا اعراض سياسيه. انا الراي بتاعي السياسي بيختلف عن راي بتاع السلطان بتاع القبيله لانه ده السلطان قاعد يمثل قبيله هو المجموعه هو اللي هو قاعد يمثله كده. Forget about this. Let's come back here to الحوار. أنا قبل شوية لما أنا قلت يا جماعة التمويني أنتوا شفتوا وصل ل 8 بروتوكول. ال 8 بروتوكول ده ما في زول خطف في رازول بندقية. أنا قاعد أستغرب من شكل التفكير السياسي بتاع بعض الكوادر يقول لك والله لا أنتوا يا ناس المعارضة اللي قاعد تجيبوا الناس اللي يقعدوا كيف إلا كمان نشيل سلاح ونقتل بعض. Are you guys serious? Are you guys serious؟ في آليات سياسية طج بتعرف كلام ده كادر سياسي تماك ده قبيل وناس كتار قاعدين فوق كده. في آليات سياسية الحركة الشعبية لتحرير السودان عشان هي تحقق الأهداف بتاعتها استخدمت آليتين مهمتين. آلية عسكرية وآلية سياسية. لو حركة الشعب ما كان يشتغل ضغط دبلوماسي ولا لو ما يشتغل شغل سياسي الاستفتاء بتاع جنوب السودان ده لو انتم ما عارفين كان ضغط سياسي ما كان ضغط مسلح. هيجيني زول ناس راس الله في قليتها ضغط مؤتمر وطني Maria Salva-Kiir, they accepted the transitional period need to be extended 6 years until 2017. لكن الآليات السياسية بتاعت الحركة الشعبية والجنرال فاغان ذكروا امبارح هي رجعت الكفة وفاغان جاء عمل مؤتمر صحفي قال كان شفت المطر ده سما ده نزل دم ولا نار. استفتاء بتاع جنوب السودان ما في زول بيعجله وده عدل في القرار بتاع سلفاكير ورياض مشار خافوا وبعدها رجعوا للراي بتاع الشعب بتاع جنوب السودان والمؤتمر الوطني زاد خافت كويس لانه بعدها they were being exposed. فالفكره بتاعت عقليه انه we need to kill ourselves ولازم نشيل سلاح وانتم ما عندكم اي حاجه وانتم هتجيبوا كلام ده كيف you guys put it outside. ده تفكير نقاش زي ده انا شخصيا كايدوت I don't want to waste my time لانه ده نقاش تقليدي متخلف انا ما اقدر اكون جزء منه. نيروبي هسه ويليام روتو ما غير حكومه قبل كم يوم المتظاهرين في نيروبي ده رفعوا سلاح. الجين زي ده قدامكم ده they carry guns ما they were killed. وتاثيره كان شنو على المستقبل السياسي بتاع كينيا. فالتفكير التقليدي المتخلف بتاع انه we have to kill ourselves and we have to carry guns to kill people of South Sudan in order for us to sit down and negotiate. أنا شخصيا I don't believe in kind of these things. I need to put it straight. Now,
continuing from that, what you call him here, brother David Bell, Galina, Dalma of Pizaza, the Kenya, فيبقى Kenya is not going to be a good grantor. وقارنوا مع اللي بيحصل في السودان when Sudan was a grantor for the RRs because of the crisis in Sudan was unable to guarantee the implementation of the peace talks. So انت رايك شنو تعليقك شنو في الكلام ده؟ هل هذا
ما بيصير ده كلام ما صحيح. Even Dr. Riek now is still in jail in Juba with what going on in Sudan. We're going to Nairobi. Dr. Riek Machar قاعد يمشي كنيسة ما is still in the jail. So what are they doing يعني؟ فأنا كلام ده أول عشان بس أنا داير نلفت بعض الحاجات عشان نمر الخط للناس. لو بعدين أنا ممكن أعلق عليه وده ما عنده تأثير على الواقع السياسي في جنوب السودان. المشكلة الكبير كله هسه ده SPLM-IO والتمسك بتاعه بالسلطة وكلام ده ناس داير أعلق على واقع حاجة. داير أعلق على سؤال قبل كلام سالو ليندا وقولي كل شيء you mentioned that to me. اللي هو السؤال بتاعت إنه يا أخواننا في موضوع بتاعت برايم مينستر وما قالوا يكونوا من قبيلة شنو؟ It's supposed to be from minority. أنا شخصياً I'm a member of Real SPLM, one of the leaders, and actually follow what's going on in Tumaini. كلام يا كومراد ليندا أختي. كومراد ليندا. كلام في جنوبين طبعاً they like to carry rumors وبروباغندا وكده they confuse themselves وناس يعملوا وجارات لراسهم. Yes المعارضة قدم المقترح كالآتي. مقترح بتاع انه سوف يكون قاعد في محله والنائب بتاعه دكتور رياض مشار وده لين جفرمنت ده البروبوزل بتاع لين جفرمنت. خليني اقول لكم في المنصه هنا بيكوز انا المره اللي فاتت ما كنا داير نقول لما قالوا نازل ما يقولوا الحاجه دي اقول ريدي وي كيبت ات لانه قالوا ما في زول. لكن let me say tell it to you guys say to you واحد، المعارضه قدمت البروبوزل كالاتي: الحكومه الموجوده الان في راينا نحن حكومه دي كبيره، حكومه دي كبيره وما بفيد شعب بتاع جنوب السودان. وزي ديفيد بيل قبل قاعد يقولوا هنا، اذا ديفيد بيل ده قاعد هو فعلا معارضه حقيقيه وانت فعلا من اجل المصلحه بتاع الشعب بتاع جنوب السودان، انت عليه ده عملت شنو؟ انت 6 سنين انت قاعد يا ولد الناس لسه في يونيفرسيتي بيننا. وات ديد يو دو؟ قاعد في يونيفرسيتي بندي في ملكات. وات ديد يو دو؟ For the political elite بتاعك لقوا مناصب و they are okay and they are eating, so you good with that without actually considering the situation of the citizens. نحن قلنا يا جماعه الحكومه ده it is useless enough. We don't need it. نحن هسه عندنا مشكله بتاعت ازمه ماليه في جنوب السودان. الخط الشرقي بتاع البترول ده ما شغال كويس، الخط الغربي ياو شغال، والخط ده هسه ينتج 55,000 برميل شهريا، وكون جنوب السودان قبل الخط الشرقي هنا بين الخط الشرقي بينتج 100,000 برميل. معناه انت هسه عندك ديفيسيت بتاعت الفاينانس ماليه في جنوب السودان. انت هسه عشان كده انت ما قادر تعمل اي حاجه، والبلد اللي ماشي بالطريقه زي ده الله يعلم انتوا حالتكم هيكون كيف في جنوب. فلذلك اننا بنقول نحن النواب الخمسه دول كلهم اننا خلينا نغلسهم، نخلي منصب بتاع رئيس ونائبه الاول، ونجيب منصب بتاع رئيس الوزراء اكزامبل بتاع السودان المره اللي فاتت. كان عندك مجلس العسكري الانتقالي في السودان، عندك برهان وعندك هميتي وعندك رئيس بتاع الوزراء اللي بيرن الحكومه خلال الفتره الانتقاليه، بشرط كويس انه الناس دي خلال الفتره الانتقاليه بعد 3 سنوات ما يجيوا في الانتخابات. ده واحده من الاشكاليات خلي الناس رايه وداقين جرس. هسه خليني اقول لكم في المنصه دي ناس رايه وداقين جرس ليه؟ لانه شايفين دكتور رياض ده يا الله بتاعه. دكتور رياض ده لازم شفته يكون قاعد في السلطه هسه ده في خلال ال3 سنه المخترعين ده، ولا 2 سنين ولا 4 سنين، وثاني يجيب في الانتخابات. ما عندهم اوبشن ثاني غيره. قلنا لو نازل اي زول لو رياض ده يقول معاه ده كيف ده يقول وي ار بروبوزينج انه الزول ده يجيب حتى رئيس الوزراء ده ما يشارك في حكومه بعد، ما يشارك في الانتخابات. اي زول ده يشارك في الانتخابات خليه يرتب نفسه يمشي يجهز نفسه كويس، يجهز نفسه. ده مقترح، ده واحد. ما قلنا يا كومريد ليندا انه المنصب ده يكون للاقليه. الاقليه دي تحددوا كيف؟ ما ده سيوا يضيع جنوب السودان شغل بتاع القبيله. هنا معارضه. اذا كان البوزيشن ده ناس يتفقوا انه يدوا للمعارضه، الناس اللي جايين ناس التمويني مثلا لو قلنا رئيس الوزراء، الناس اللي بيقعدوا تحت بيختاروا، كان يختاروا ملهم يمشي ده ممثل بتاعت المعارضه. ما في حاجه اسمه اقليه ولا اغلبيه، لانه ده ذاته itself دي حاجه ما ده it is not a good indication للاستقرار والمستقبل بتاع جنوب السودان. اوكي سو كلام ده كومريني ما موجود. الناس دي اخترعت 500 اجل ال 550 برلمان بتاعت البرلمان القومي ده. ناسنا طلعوا هنا يا جماعه البرلمان ده تنقص ل 179 الاعضاء بتاع الدوائر الرئيسيه اللي انتخبوهم في الانتخابات بتاع 2010. برا من الناس اللي جابوهم من خرطوم الضموا فوقهم، وما اعرف نسبه 5% بتاع الرئيس اللي وصلوا ل 332. قلنا ده برلمان زي ده وشعب جعان في الشارع، نحن ما دايرينه. نرجع بس البرلمان ده خلال الفتره الانتقاليه يكون 179 عضو فقط. هم قالوا شنو؟ ناس اسمع كلام ده الجنوبي، ناس SPLM-IO وناس الحكومه قالوا شنو؟ قالوا طيب انتوا لما تنقصوا البرلمان ده الناس بتاعنا ديل اللي يمشوا وين؟ يمشوا محل اللي كانوا فوقه. جو من وين؟ اي زول محل انت جيت فوقه ترجع فوقه. اللي جابوه من السوق ارجع بيع الملابس بتاعك. انت كنت قاعد معلم ارجع محل بتاعك. انت كنت عسكري ارجع جيش.
اسمع الجزء اللي جاي يرجع ابيض ولا شنو يا صاحبي؟
الابيض يرجع ابيض. اوكي انا يدي تليفون I'm going to finish. Let me finish. That's why I want to conclude. So قلنا كده الناس قالوا كده. قلنا يا جماعه no دقيقه وين يا سراوي ما لغى ما ده جاوب لك وانت يقعد نيروبي. وين ناس قال يا اخوانا ما كده. قال لنا يا جماعه تبيتوا لما نقولوا برلمان ده ننقصوا ل 179. نازل يمشي وين؟ كل زول تمشي مالي تجيب مني هزول. People of South Sudan should not be hostage لإليتس لبوليتيشن بتاع جنوب السودان. they care for their own benefit and their kids.
يا ايتوا كده ما بتجيب اذا كان نزل خشوا برلمان او مناسب اللي هم اللي بقى وبعدين فانت لما تجي باعتراض زي ده ما don't you see why NAS-IO انتم content يقول انه الناس Tumaini initiative they are here to replace the RR?
Yes, but this new agreement. It is new agreement.
Lean government. Are you guys going to be a part of that lean government, or are you going to go to where you came from before you were a part of that government? After you left the government, are you going to be a part of that? Like what I mean by you, I mean the real SPLM, those of Malone, those of General Stephen Boy. Are you going to be a part of that lean government or not?
Thank you. They are going to be part of it.
All of us.
They are going to be part of it. All of us. All of us. Us as an opposition.
So you guys are going to send those in the parliament home, those in the cabinet, you're going to send them home, and you become the government.
We are going to restructure. Aywa, home. You cannot keep. برلمان ده تقارن شغل شنو يا تيم. أنا ما أعرف الناس ده يعني الجنوبيين. I really am happy to see kind of discussion. يا أخي الناس إدوا الشغل ده لأنا دو برلمان. هسه 550 ده قاعد يشتغل شنو. خليه يرجعوا محل اللي فوقه. Why people are worried about this? كويس؟
Now, Ido the check. Have you not proven? Hang on. Have you not proven that is all about position?
Then we'll come in.
Yeah, let me conclude.
When you are coming in as a position, with a position, then you want to be happy because you are coming in, because it's not about position. That's why you accept to come in, and that's why your language changes.
Until now, Comrade did. Until now, there is no, my brother. Until now, there is no an agreement have been signed. So you should not talk about coming in or going out. Until now, there is no an agreement have been signed. So I don't know where you coming from with you because you are coming in. Okay? Anybody will go in. Even now, Thomas and Emmanuel Ejawin, they are not part of what's going on in Nairobi. They are South Sudanese. You will go and sit with them and they have to come home. Thomas, that's the marriage you without that. What are you talking about? So the concept because you're coming home and sharing language, South Sudan home. It is home for all of us. I'm coming home. So let me answer my question.
So Emmanuel Ejawin hayarkab shajara bitawa.
يا ايوه يا اخوي قبل ما تمشي انا في سؤال مهم بالنسبه لي يا اخي ولفائده المستمعين.
يا اخي ما خلينا نكمل يا جماعه. You guys just for actually confusing even me myself sir.
لا انا انت لا تمشي يعني direct answer ادينه
I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to finish and give chance to the others and later on I can be asked a question ولا كيف يا جماعه عشان لنا برضه ندي ناس قاعدين في الروم مش كده يا moderators ولا كيف؟
ده فرصه ده تمام كلام بتاعك ده 100
Now I want to use you as a technical SPLM-IO تماما كده.
No, ما بتنادر يجودهم. Now SPLM-IO ده indirect لو يوم السبت. Indirect يوم السبت في صوت الشعب. I'm going to analyze the withdrawal and become يوم السبت. Don't worry, come to that one. So to conclude يا اخوانا قلنا المجلس بتاع الولايات 150 هسه 101 عضو. نرجع ل 51 عضو اللي بتاعه في بعد انتخابات 2010. وزارات في ولايه ده زي ولايه على النيل يا جماعه فيه 17 وزير. دول شغالين شنو؟ مواطنين اوصلوا مرتبات، مستشفى ما فيه دواء، ما في عياده شغال، الناس دي جعانه، مواطنين بتاعنا يا جماعه تعبانين ده صفري. We don't need this يا اخوانا. For the elite ادوارد ده عشان يلقى منصب يزيدوا المناصب ده just because ادوارد وطويت وول وديفيد لازم يلقوا مناصب it is wrong. ده عيب. ده عيب في الشعب بتاعنا ماشي في الشوارع زي ما قال كاغامي جعانين and we are talking about our position. نحن بنقول يا اخوانا ده كله نقص الحاجه دي لانه الان عندنا حاله بتاعت ازمه في البلد عشان ننقص البلد دي. ده البوزيشن الكلام اللي احنا قاعدين نقوله. لكن كلام انه الكلام ده مقترح ممكن يرفضوه وممكن يقبلوه ولسه ناس ما ناقشوا فوقه. اوكي؟ سو كل ده مقترحات. لما البوزيشن ده قدموه لناس الحكومه اللي هم ناس SPLM-IO وناس SPLM-IG they rejected this. وما كوي قالوا كلام ده قبل كم يوم they rejected. بعدين لما يعملوا reject ما كتبوا قالوا no this thing we don't want it. وسالوا سؤال قالوا طيب الناس بتاعنا ده كله دوت. قلنا يا جماعه ايوه انا نسيت حاجه 35 وزير يا حتى ديبارتمنت ساكت عملوا وزاره. معناه كنا قاعدين في الجوفرمنت ده يا اخوانا ديبارتمنت ده عملوا مينستري كويس. ده ريسورسز وزير وعربيه ومعرفه وكم سكرتير وكلام لب ده ها يا اخي ده كله اني رجاله كنا نرجع الوزارات ده كله 21 وزاره 21 ministries 21 بس كويس instead of 35 المهم منه فايده ده كلام ده كلام ناس بيرفضوا له ناس بيتكلموا مصلحه بتاع الشعب بتاع جنوب السودان ولا ناس قاعد يتكلموا في مناصب. SPLM-IO طلع ليه؟ SPLM-IO طلع لثلاث اسباب. سبب من واحد طلع خلاهم يطلعوا من التمويني، وانا لو لقيت فرصه بعدين، لو ما لقيت انا اجي افسر الحاجه دي يوم السبت. انا بكره ممكن اعمل شو، لكن بيكوز انا داير عشان اعمله في فيسبوك ويجيبوا يكونوا صحيح. طلع السبب الاول سبب سياسي، انه في الاتفاقيه بتاعت الRRCs الكومبوزيشن بتاعتهم participation بتاعتهم في الجفرمنت كان 27%. Government was 55. G10 it was 10. The OPP other political parties was 8. A total كله 100. Now لما تيجي تعيد الكلام ده مع التمويني كويس، ده كله النسبه ده SPLM-IO بيفرض النسبه ده. SPLM-IO because now they actually want to bring change, they want to rescue the country in the position they are now. Now they are negotiating. ناس SPLM قالوا اوكي نحن بنفرض المناصب بتاعتنا ده. اوكي لو لينا فقدناه وفقدنا مناصب بتاعنا what going to happen؟ خدتوا فرضيه انه ناس ملون وكلام ده قالوا وول قبل. وول what he said it is correct and I will emphasize on this on Saturday. قال يا اخي طيب اذا ملون وبوي وباغان وبتاع شنو الار ناس شنو اسمه ناس ار سي سي ولا RCF
ناس ريفولوشن كانسل.
اوكي ناس لو جو برجعوا كفه بتاعت الكير، يعني غالبا كده ممكن يجيبوا مع الفكير في يطوج في المعادله السياسيه الجديده في جنوب السودان. وده ان كيس لو بلد ده ماشي في حاله بتاعت الحرب، SPLM-IO بيلقى نفسها انها في حاله بتاعت انه بتواجه الكتل دي كلها. فاهمين انه الصراع التقليدي داخل الحركه الشعبيه كان بين الجناح بتاع التوريد والجناح بتاع الناصر، ومعظم الناس القاعدين كلهم بيقولون في الجناح بتاع التوريد، يعني بالفهم ده كده. وبيتغلوا زي ما قال ديفيد قال بشكل غير مباشر الكلام بعد ما اول ضغط. ديفيد بيقول انه ملوم ياو قتلهم في 2013 و2016 ملوم هو ياو طرد رياض مشار لكونغو. لو ملوم هسه رجع ولقى منصب في الحكومه المرتقبه بتشكل خطوره لهم SPLM-IO. بنقول يا اخواننا هنا ما ننظر للمستقبل.
Your leader Fagana Mom is the one responsible for the fights of 2013. So in that
exactly.
Yeah, let us know more about that because what I
know can you buy kind of this asset? What about Yamusha?
Fagana got former then he was in jail. So how did it become? Can you tell us about that?
But is this something can be answered? Am I correct? Don't worry about that. كلام ساكت. So to conclude يا اخواننا ده المخاوف الاول political والثانيه صراعات شخصيه كويس اللي هو personal conflicts. لكن ده اقول للرفاق في SPLM-IO انه يا اخواننا let's look into bigger picture. وده في حاله بتاع عدم وجود عداله انتقاليه في جنوب السودان، المخاوف بتاع SPLM-IO طبيعيه they are legitimate. So this thing they need to go back في جوبا let them discuss that with their comrade في الحكومه ناس كيرو كده يناقش الحاجه دي يعني، وبعدين let them come back. عشان كده امبارح لما طالعوا من الناس المعارضه ناس الحكومه قالوا يا بعد ما ناس الآيو طلعوا قال نوقع البروتوكولات الثلاثه الباقيه الجاهزات. ناس باقان قالوا لا we are not going to sign if the ناس SPLM-IO they are not back. الحكومه كان بيقولوا ناس SPLM-IO قال people signing. ناس الدكتور باقان قالوا لا we are not going to sign. انتوا يا ناس الآجي امشوا اقعدوا حلوا مشاكل كده لما الناس الآيو يجي راجعين نوقع على البروتوكول. and that mean انه البوليتيكال ويل والنيه بتاع القياده بتاع الناس باقان ناس بقول لهم it is good. otherwise نينا كان ناس بار ممكن نقول يا let us sign البروتوكول ده كله let's sign peace agreement and let's go and face the situation الماشي يصل اذا شغله دي اونطه ولخبطه وكده. لكن we are not for that. We want all of us to agree and we have to talk and we have to sit down as brothers and sisters. accusation بتاع فلان ده جاي يعمل كده anybody can accuse. انت كلام قبل ديفيد ده قاعد يشتم في باقان ما رياض قاسا نينا ممكن يشتم مو قاعد يقبل هسه نينا هسه ذات لما الرد توت قبل ما زال عليه من حقه زي ما قال قبل توت قبل شيء داون نفسي على ديفيد. ما نينا هسه ممكن نفتح روم هنا ده ونيجي نشتم رياض مشار ده عنده 100 الا ممكن يشتموا فوقه. will you accept that? no. but let us come and sit down see what is the problem. الخلاف بتاعنا وين ده المفروض نناقشه out of taking political discussion into the personalities. ولا يفاقنهم وفاقان ده كلام ما موصول وده كلام we should stay away from it. نشوف الخلاف وين. أنا هنا كمعارضة مختلفين وين مع ناس SPLM-IG و SPLM-IO. Thank you so much, Will, and I will be listening. And later on I will have it.
Thank you. Maybe you can take some questions from people.
دقيقة بس أنا عندي small comment ده نعمله. أنتوا عارفين يا جماعة اللي بيحصل في نيروبي ده راوند تيبل. هم قالوا راوند تيبل. بتاع الترابيزة. هسه هم قاعدين في السيركل باقي نادي من ولا جاوين وتوماس. All of them they'll be sitting around table. If you look deep into this يا جماعة. الآيو عندهم concept. لأنه ده التفكيك اسمه الهبوط الناعم. التفكيك الألمس للسلطة والثروة وإحلالها بقوة بتاعت المعارضة ده بدون ما يضربوا طلقة واحد وبدون ما يشردوا الناس. أساكير وهيك ما كاري إذا دقسوا بياخدوا نفسهم برا والناس دي قاعدين. أنا قلت في ويدود لو أنت متذكر أنا قلت اللي بيحصل ده سونامي وده زلزال سياسي وده بيجيب أفر هاند لحركة الحركة المدنية بتاعت النان فايلنت. ليندا قالت الباغان دار يكون الأب الروحي للمقاومة السلمية في جنوب السودان. لكن ده حيكون على حساب ديفيد بيل مكتسباته وحسابنا. الناس زي الجيش بتاع البرلمانيين والمستوزرين ديل ما حيرجعوا الخلا ثاني ونبدا مفاوضات وسائل لسه مدوره. ده واحد. الشيء الثاني اخوي من ولا جاوين اذا هو قاعد هنا يجي يساعدنا من وجهه نظر قانونيه بحته. انا ما فاهم كيف وده سؤال انا بكرره كيف يتم استيعاب البنود التي لم يتم تطبيقها في الاتفاق المنشط الممدد في مبادره توماهيني. كلام ده انا سمعته من قناه.
أنا بجاوب على
خلاص اوكي. I stop here. Thank you.
أنا فرصة بتاعي. أنا ده جنوبي نازايو نازايجي ونازريلا سوالف.
You want me to answer the three questions?
كده شوف ده ريلا سوالف كمان جنوب.
It looks like some people have more questions for you from the Edward. If you just so you can take a little 3 minutes to wrap them up. Jolie and Tim Punjak. Tim, you have a question. Jolie, go ahead with your question. Then
my question is, Edward has mentioned that people like Emmanuel Ajawin, they are part of this and will join them. So I don't know, how do you guys, as real SPLM, keep on negotiating the peace, and there are people that are not part of your group, and you are there for them, and then they will come and join you because you said they will join you. So how is that possible? And thank you very much, Edward. You have got your own share of the cake. You are going home whether people don't like it or not. And those who do not get their own share of the cake, they have to rack up their own shajar putakum or their own tree, which is okay. Normally I don't go to your room, but now I will come to your room now to go and listen. Thank you.
Asma, these are ground for what do you call it?
All right, thank you. Thank you.
We will come back to you, then ask your question so that you have to respond, and then we'll come you to give you a chance to give your comment.
Okay, kalam de Wal and moderators and Biasel in Nairobi de is the issue discussing about South Sudan. Ma beta IO, wala beta Ariel SPLM, wala beta IG. Why are we limited to non-members of IO, member of Ariel SPLM? Can we not have a say in the issue that is affecting us as South Sudanese? I will wait for my turn. I am not asking a question. No. I'm not asking a question. If it's a question that I can wait for my turn. I thought as a South Sudanese I have a right also to have a say in what is happening.
But let me tell you guys this. Let us not clear up the situation here. We're talking here about withdrawal of the SPLM-IO.
David Biel, as a member of SPLM-IO, had made a lot of activities against Pagana Mom. Okay, and Edward the Chief is a member of the real SPLM. So Edward has the right to respond here. Okay, and then you will be given a chance. That's why we give them unlimited time to talk.
Yeah, we'll speak Harakad.
Yeah, Tumaini just came up a little. Don't try to mess up our mind. Could you go ahead and take time to answer those two questions and another Michael Jalatim? Well, let Manon mute yourself. You don't mind. Drop you, mute your mic.
Well, you have to know that attempt is IO surrogate. You don't know that? The surrogate, IO surrogate. You put them in the IO column.
Okay, I see. Go ahead, Edward.
David Galder Gulaja. David عندك سؤال ولا عندك شنو؟ تفضل كده قبل ما.
No, you know what?
Okay, خليني أجاوب.
أنا طبعا أنا عندي طبعا الأسئلة يتكلم مدام.
خلاص يا ديفيد أنت داير تجاوب خليني أجاوب على السؤال بتاع زول ده برجع لك بعدين معلش أنت لو داير تجاوب على كلامي أصبر أنت بعدين ما أنت مديريتها خليني أجاوب على السؤال بتاع السؤال بتاع شولدي. First of all, Choldit, I did not say in my comment, Emmanuel Ajawin and General Thomas, they are going to join the Rome talk. I did not say that in my comment earlier. What I said from the beginning, I refer back to to Rome initiative or to the concept of roundtable in Rome. That's what I refer to. Just note that for you. But I did not talk about Thomas and Emmanuel. They are coming to join the peace talk in Nairobi. I'm not sure, to be honest with you, my brother. I'm not sure. Very honest with you. They will join and they will not join. It is their decisions, and they have members in this room, and they will speak on behalf of their political party. But being a member of Real SPLM, I can speak on behalf of Real SPLM because I know I'm part of what's going on in Tumaini initiative talks, and I know every detail is going on there, and I can speak here like Tut and Comrade on behalf of that movement. Just this is what I was saying earlier. But أنا كنت قاعد أقول إنه كلنا الناس المعارضة كله قبل ما يحصل هسه نمشي ليجي نيروبي initiative الكونسبت بتاعتنا كلنا كنا متفقين في فكرة بتاعت راوند تيبل. We also were agreeing on the concept of the lean government. كنا متفقين في حاجة دي. إنه نيجي نقعد كناس كأخوان كده. لكن بعد ما توماس عنده concern بتاعه إيمانويل عنده concern جنرال باغان شرعوا امبارح وإيمانويل قال الكلام ده الناس قالوا الكلام ده قبل كده في كلاب هاوس. So I will not speak on their behalf, my brother. Just a clarification to that point. The سؤال بتاع تويتش قال كلام مهم جدا وكلام ده امبارح قال جنرال باغان. السؤال بتاع تويتش قبل شويه في الاطار كان في نظر القانون ده ما محتاج لخريج قانون يا تويتش. انت ما خريجت قانون وانا ما خريجت قانون، لكن ده شغل سياسي. في الاطار السياسي ممكن نجاوب على السؤال انه الاتفاقيه السلام المنشطه في بنود فيها ما يتنفذت. اوكي؟ من خلال الحوار القصه بتاع باغان امبارح شنو جنرال باغان خلال المفاوضات الحث الماشي في نيروبي انه نحن يا جماعه we want to rescue country. ناس SPLM-IO والناس بتاعت الارتي يقولوا هم they agree انه اتفاقيه بتاعت الRRCs نفذوا منه فقط 10%. ده ما كلامنا نحن، ده كلام بتاع اللجنه اللي كونوه قبل كم يوم بتاعهم ده العمل ايفالويشن. كويس؟ معناه it is useless agreement, it's not implemented. وانا يدي نماذج كده بتاع الاتفاقيات بتاع العالم كله النفذوا فيه ونزل. ما في اتفاقيه في الدنيا وقعوا وطبقوا فيه ونزل 10%. ما في كله الا اتفاقيه بتاعت الRRCs ده لمده 6 سنين. اوكي؟ سو الكلام القصدي جنرال باغان شنو؟ في بعض البنود critical articles نحن في خلال بتاع المفاوضات if they brought it on the table إنه يا جماعة البند دي ما يتنفذت we want it to be part of the article البنود بتاع الاتفاقية من المنطق طوالي ما عندنا مشكلة في المعارضة. ليه؟ لأنه في النهاية دايرين نشوف the way out الاتفاقية اللي ممكن هنا نطبقه شنو. فده كلام قالوا باغان امبارح هنا انت من خلال النقاشات within the discussion هم في بعض الحاجات بيجوا فوق انه ده ما طبقوا خلاص we don't have problem. ده ما طبقوا كل all of us here we are agreeing on that article. Let us argue نخطو نضيف جزء من في اطار كواحده من البروتوكولات اللي قاعد يتم مناقشه بتاعه بناء على any protocol according to protocols. لان اساس بناقشه بالبروتوكولات. في قضيه بتاع land grabbing. Land grabbing ده the way they address it in RCs is different than the way they address it في الاتفاقيه بتاع التموين. مثلا الفيدراليزم the way they address it في الاتفاقيه بتاع RCs بس just اشار له بس قصته هنا ده بروتوكول كامل. It is a complete protocol في الاتفاق في الموضوع ده هنا. And it is very clear mandate كويس مفصل. وانا يا جماعه الجاي we are going to go over it in the voice of the people forum عشان الشعب بتاع جنوب السودان to understand what actually because ده اتفاق ده يكون ملك بتاع الشعب بتاع جنوب السودان ما ملك بتاع النخبه السياسيه في الجنوب. سو كمرتوت ده الحاجه كان قاصد جنرال فاجان انه لو في بنت مثلا ما نفذ وناس الحكومه وناس رياض مشاه they wanted to be act according to the discussion or within a discussion we don't have any problem قاعدين يضيفوا بخطوط الخلاء نقاشات ده الحاجه. لكن عشان يجيبوا مثلا يدوا اتفاقيه ذاته كامله كده لا لكنهم بيقولوا ده ما يتنفذ ده اوكي they need to be part of this okay let's put it ما we don't have any problem with that لانه في النهايه اننا ما كنا جزء من الاتفاقيه ده والاتفاقيه ده ما نفذ ودايرين هنا ننفذ اتفاقيه نين الوقت اتفاقيه بدانا اننا بنقدر ننفذ كلنا كجنوبيين وممكن we will have option to rescue our country. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And in addition to that, the details about the humanitarian affairs in the Tumaini initiative completely different from the RRs. Also, the Tumaini is a little bit more specific when it comes to the security arrangement. It directly addresses the security bill, the national security bill, especially the Article 54, 55, and 57. Those don't exist in RRs in those details. So the RRs is a different animal, and Tumaini initiative is a different animal. It's a mumkin telkhamna to Bulania Kharup Omar. No, it's a different animal, my friend. Thank you so much. It was a check. Tim Kunja, where are you?
I'm here. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you. انت بيجي يا جنرال بياض صبرنا كثير. سلام لكم كلكم moderators والناس في room. First, I would like to apologize too. I jump in, and that's not my nature. I always wait for my turn, even when I disagree with people. And the reason
that's the best example of the IO.
Thank you. And the reason I jump in is because Nas Bagulda withdrawal but IO or the fears of IO why they withdraw from the Tumaini initiative. بالنسبة لي, I see this the discussion of what is going on in Nairobi ما بتاع IO ولا بتاع IG ولا بتاع SPLM ولا بتاع those of General Malong, General Stephen Boy ده بتاع جنوبين كله. So if something is going on, we South Sudanese also should have a say in what is happening. Well, the fear of IO in what is happening in Nairobi and why they withdraw can be illustrated by an example here. There was a friend of mine one time said his wife asked him, why is Russia afraid for Ukraine to join NATO? You know, and he couldn't give a clear explanation to convince his wife that Russia was right to fear NATO, Russia, Ukraine to join NATO. So what he did at night when they went to bed, he took a kitchen knife and he put kitchen knife under his pillow. And wife asked, what are you doing with the knife? And he said, yeah, let it be there. Just put it under my pillow. And wife tried to convince him to take it out. He refused. Wife got up and he went to the sitting room. Some people call it a living room. He came out and he was laughing, said, look, we have not quarreled. We have kids together. We have a good life. And you are afraid for me just having a knife under the pillow. And there was no reason for you to be afraid. That's the main reason. That's why Russia is afraid for Ukraine to join NATO, because that's also bring weapons closer to Russia. So the fear of IO in what is happening in Nairobi, and I think that's why Ring is absolutely correct. I'm not a member of IO, but I stand with the IO on this issue. We did that yesterday when you were saying Atem could be in a column of IO. Now, and it's make it hard for people like us like me to understand. It was supposed to be a government of national unity, negotiating with the whole Howard group. And if that's the situation, then if there are differences, which is normal in any discussion, let alone a peace talk like this, people differ. It should have been IG, IO, and the rest of the members of government of national unity, members who were negotiating the peace, to give us some time and come out and iron their differences. But that's not the case now. And I said it yesterday, and I'm going to say it again.
Can you be specific here? What do you think? Can you point out to us what are the fear of the IO? Lani gibeli ni typical girls, you know. Kaliake another my presume that the Yamal had a ceasefire or situation of hostilities because they don't even have army. But yet, when you mind them, get the woman map is a king Makada. So what is the IO afraid of?
All right, thank you. Very good. They don't have Sakinter Makada. Lakin a language they are using, I heard it yesterday from Brother Ring and from Brother Edward now, that IO, if it won a war, or that the government, meaning IG, is willing to rescue people of South Sudan. I was laughing, and I laughed yesterday too. So the fear is, if you guys, and I called it yesterday, this is going back to 1991, this is the Torit faction against Nasser faction. Those of Pagan are going back, those of Malung are going back to Kir, and they're going to push out the Riyak. If I were in a position of Dr. Riyak, if I were in a position of IO, definitely I will do exactly what they're doing. You know, South Sudan belongs to all of us. So if there's a fear, okay, we talk
about. In 2013, Salva Kiir was able to kick out Riyak and put Pagana Mom in jail. So should they all be afraid of President Kiir? Why would Riyak and the IO be afraid of Pagana Mom? And when the same Pagana Mom is the one that was even helpless, until Dr. Riyak had to make an argument to secure the freedom of Pagana Mom here. Where is the fear coming from? My exaggeration.
Well,
all right.
Why can't you allow him to finish? Because most of those questions we will tackle them at later.
Yes, I'm listening. Well, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Let me give you the real reason that IO they are afraid. You know, wait. Hold on. Atim will take it with him.
Which are listening? Go ahead.
If Mr. Hamidi succeed, most likely our chairman Salva Kiir and Pagana Mom will win Nobel Prize. Have to have. I know they don't need that. I care about it. That if they succeed, they might win a Nobel Prize for peace. And go ahead.
Well, this will come from the IG that will give them a Nobel Prize. That's the one we will protest against. But let's wait until it comes.
That is the propaganda of the SPLM-IO. Go ahead. Don't buy what.
Thank you. Make it clear. Thank you. Okay, I agree with that. Thank you. Let me not forget my idea that the reason that's one of the things. If you coming and kick out the existing peace agreement already, it has to be agreed by all the members of government of national unity. The all Howard group are not negotiating with the political party. You know, they are negotiating with the government of the Republic of South Sudan.
Didn't Taban sign an agreement with the government until Taban became a vice president? When Riek Machar came there, did he recognize the agreement between Taban and the SPLM-IO? Didn't he ask for his own new agreement? Why do you think Riek would qualify to do that and Pagan and Malonga one would?
Thank you. But when Riek signed the agreement, it's signed with the government, not with the political parties. Yes.
You are becoming quiet here. Your argument doesn't make sense, man. Go ahead.
Thank you. When you guys were talking, I didn't agree with you, but I let you guys finish. Why don't you let me finish my nonsense? So to me, the language in even lean government, when we talk about the lean government. And that's why I asked the engineer Edward Gibel, lean government, if you're removing some people from the legislature, you're removing some people from the cabinet down to the state. Now, are you guys going to be a part and parcel of that lean government? And his answer is absolutely yes. Now it shows as if you guys are talking to kids here. These are South Sudanese, they know what politics is. If Dr. Riak take up arm tomorrow and Kiir is going to do that, that's the time I will join him. Not now, I'm not chopping for any political party for now. But I think that becomes a game. People are playing with the money of South Sudanese. So let's say this. So to me, I think if Riak also have to give up some positions, yes, the South Sudan doesn't belong to IO, but it has to be negotiated. Riak has to agree with the rest of the members of government of national unity. That's how it goes. As Wal was asking me about Taban agreement, Taban didn't sign an agreement. Taban actually broke away from Riak, and after Riak was shared away from Juba, President Kiir went and said, I and my brother Taban will implement the agreement. And that's why Riak was put in house arrest in South America and South Africa with intention of taking all the supporters of Riak to support.
You, the one talking to us now, we don't understand politics. The same agreement that Fakir continued to honor between him and Taban Denga is the same agreement that brought Riak into Juba. So then إذا كان نفسه اتفاق جاب رياك في جوبا لحد ما جاء حصل حرب 2016 مالو رياك لما فقوا في South Africa مالو ما احترفوه and continue with it. Why did he have to ask for the so-called revitalized agreement?
Okay, the reason he asked for a revitalized agreement, it was because Taban took over his party. Riak was also an opposition as outside. So the intention, yes.
It's not a reason. It's not a reason. Let me come in now.
Vita means lie. V-I-T means lie. Revitalize meaning given alive again. The manner in the word revitalize, the agreement of 2015, Al-Jakala Taban Denga become a vice president was dead, according to Riek Machar. And so عشان يكون فيه روح تاني عشان يحيى تاني, he has to come up with a new negotiation. And nobody objected to that. فيبقى هنا, in the same way here, Riek Machar see himself qualified to do that. And the rest of people shouldn't. وناس ديفيد بياليني يجي لنا وجارات.
دقيقة يا جماعة، كده ادونا فرصة كمان يا جماعة. أتم كده ادينا فرصة لو سمحت.
ودي كلام أنا كنت قاعد أقول يا سليمان، المفروض يكون في تايم ليميت، يكون في تايم ليميت يا جماعة، 5 دقائق لكل زول، لأنه ناس كثير. بعدين أنت يا ديفيد أنت قاعد تقول أنت قاعد تقول لكن عندك ناس بتاع بود الجاج، ناس سليمان، ناس فلمون down here.
When we close the handrail, but you people ask to be brought up because this is a serious negotiation here. There are facts that need to be challenged and straightened up, and that's why we close.
Manina na salayo ya wall and integrated na tenafish na nini ya na salayo nini ya binurudele. Atem asma le atem konjogma zolayo kasikali mana nina.
Ya Silema inta maiwa inta usul.
دقيقة واحد بس conclude أنا بدي فرصة لنا دعوة ممكن دقيقة.
What about position of the SPLM-DC where you belong? That is your position, or what is your position on this?
I am a member of SPLM-DC. And
what is the position?
when I come here to the social media, I don't talk about as I don't come as a member of SPLM-DC. If there is anything, even this, I call my chairman directly. I have his phone number. I can talk with him. I get information. If there's anything that I would like to say, I say direct to my chairman. I have a chairman that I respect, a chairman that I believe if we go for election today, a free and fair election, then this IO will or IG will go home. That's the time I believe. So I don't come here as a member of DC. I come here as a Temkunjo and take care and hold and carry my own cross. So to give chance to others, my conclusion is this: when the people who are negotiating in Nairobi, especially the oppositions, are telling us we are going to rescue South Sudan and the country and the people of South Sudan. I said this to Brother Ring yesterday in the Voice of the People room. Are you guys coming with the money to transport our people from neighboring countries that were saying about the refugees suffering? Are you coming to transport our people from the UN camps inside the Sudan? This internally displaced people. Are you coming with money to pay our salaries? Are you coming to pay for the services delivery? The answer is absolutely no. They are going to take from what the little thing that we have. So don't come here and tell us we are going to rescue South Sudan. You are not going to rescue even the Banzado. You are not going to rescue the Ban. By the way, thank you so much. Yes, it's good. I'm not opposing a peace agreement. I like all these people to go back to South Sudan. As Niall once said, let the SPLM-ID, SPLM-IO, all these people, let them eat the money of the country and leave our people in peace. I am for peace, but I'm not for a peace that is pushing other people away and then they later on rebel and kill our own people. We kill ourselves. Thank you so much. I yield back the mic.
Okay, thank you. Free world, go ahead. Free world. Free world, free lamb.
It's not there. It's not there.
If it's not there, I will know. Yeah, just let's keep the room calm down. Let's make the moderation easy. Okay, we move on to B.
Yes,
B,
sir. You guys hear me?
yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Wall, and all the moderators, everybody in the room, and those who are listening now and there. I am not actually affiliated with any party. I'm a citizen of South Sudan. And there is a reason that I am not affiliated because I'm not in the country, and you know, you have to be part of something that you take part of. But I'm online here, I can share my opinion on what is going on in our country. You know, based on what we have seen with the Tumaini, this is when we say government, we mean the IO, the IG, and FOA. And then inside is FOA, the FOA 1 or FOA 2, the one with SPLM. So what I have seen that the FOA 2 that they were going to do, they were going to rescue the 2018 agreement because there is a deadlock between the parties that signed the agreement. And that will make sense, and that's what they are doing. But always when you are going to negotiation, you will set the bar high. And then when the negotiation goes down, then you will get what you were not expecting. So in the opening, the power say we are not here to negotiate any peace. We are here to do a social contract. And then the people of government say, don't touch anything in 2018. So I was like, then how are we going to negotiate? What are we going to discuss? But right now they came down to what was expected. So, but what actually, the IO is not only the problem here. The IO is like a child that cries when people are fighting, cry tuna. But this problem that is going on here is not affecting IO at all. If the Prime Minister position is the third position, and only we have President and Vice President. So you can see now, Abdul is representing the other party. And if you throw away Abdul then you will have problems with all the other parties that are in the country. Same thing with those vice presidents, they are representing something. But the good news now, they already ran to the SPLM-IG. Those of Taban, Mama Rebecca, and Juanita, they are all IG. They can take that field, no problem. But Abdul is representing the other party. So you cannot really dismiss him like that. And so what I was expecting from the those of Paul Malone and Pagan is to actually fix what is unimplementable, what brought the deadlock. That's what they're supposed to fix in the agreement, so that the rest of the people that are negotiating with them will not feel belittled. But if they are going to start fixing things that are already implemented, like positions, then it will be very difficult for these people to agree. So the way forward is to work on what is unimplementable, and then set that condition. If you are going to be part of this government, then you will not participate in the next election. That way, there will be a workable compromise. But if we say, okay, how are we going to divide 21 military positions? That is going to be a problem. It's not affecting IO, it's affecting everybody, it's the ID. So how many percentage is it going to take? So therefore, it is better to add more government because that's what people want. Everybody wants to fix the problem. So I was for the position that add more position rather than suppressing position. And then let's fix the agenda for people while we are sitting on those positions. And then we will come out now and go for, because the next government will be the better one. But this one is very hard to fix because you cannot have all the parties in the government and then you will think there is something that is going to be good. So I was going to say, okay, let's have this government as the government to fix things. Get everybody in there and then let us work on the agenda of the people. If they only started out of let us build child hospital, let us build nursing school, let us build the road, I don't think everybody is going to fight over that. But they only set on let us trying to find who was guilty, let us trying to get this position. Some are easy to fix, some are difficult to fix. So I would say the compromise, the way forward, is to work on things that are not going to touch or cause problems to everybody. Because this is what the peace will work. There's no peace that you will put out the other and then bring in the rest. It's not going to work. It's going to be very difficult. So I will stop there. I was just adding that. So IO doesn't have to act like they are the one that affected. What is in there in this agreement is yours alone. It is for everybody. So if they want to spoil it, then be happy, spoil it together. If they want to fix it, just sit there and fix it. But for you to cry like you are affected, nothing affects you here. It's because it's a country agenda. Okay, thank you very much. I will stop there because there are so many people.
Okay, thank you. Itunazayo or SPLM, listen to the people of South Sudan, and then at the end of the day, we will give you a chance to respond. Jamus, my comes to you. I see you come.
أنا زمانية أقول أنا
سليمان فرصة
No, عشان الناس ما يقول لنا يا جماعة people. You see, it's very difficult to moderate the room for people. You want somebody to be given a chance, and then later on people will complain. So Jamus, the mic is coming to you. Do you give them a chance?
Yeah, أدي فرصة الآن أنا بس سؤال أنا سألكان ديفيد بيل الآن أنا شايف إنه ديفيد بيل فرصة فلو ديفيد بيل فرصة هيجي له بعد شوية أنا هنديه سؤالي عشان هو يجاوب عليه فأي تمشي قدامك نديه.
I think Dendera, Uncle Silmandera want to talk and then leave the room before he could even hear from us, and that's not why we.
Oh yeah, that's what he does.
See now there, Comrade Dendera. Even if you just come to talk.
Turabi. أنا مستعد نسمع. أنت لو عندك حاجة ده تقول أنا مستعد نسمع. أنت دارين نسير معك لهذا السواء ولا أنت دار شنو؟
النظام كده يا دندرا. خلاص
نتعرف أنت دارين نقعد معك لهذا السواء ترابي ولا أنت دار نعمل شنو؟
دقيقة بس دندرا. Here is the organization, okay? Let the people of South Sudan who are not either IO or belong to a political party, let them air out their opinion. It's an interesting and political organization. That's my right, you know. Yalla, but that we will give it to you guys.
It is late at Dandara's side. He's in Canada, I think. It's 10 o'clock and he's working tomorrow. Maybe that's why.
قولوا ما دايرين تسمعونا خلاص بنسكت بس ما في مشكله، ده ما حاجه بنختلف فيه ما في مشكله.
امشي قدام بانياليو.
اول حاجه انا مبسوط. اول حاجه انا مبسوط. انا شفت اخوي ولا مورانيار شال الصقر بتاع بارك ده برا. ثانيا انا مبسوط انا قاعد اشوف توج اخيرا بعد فتره طويله.
اسمع انت لو تدفع بارك بعد كده خلاص انت تجيب بعد كده انا زاد اشيل معلك. You go back. Let me go talk. You against the Parag, I'm against you.
انا ما قلت against.
انت you cannot move in South Sudan without a Parag. Let me tell you that Solomon Dendera. Mark that word.
الحاجه الثالثه ايوه وال. الحاجه الثالثه انا مبسوط برضه انا شفت ادوارد في جو غرفه لانه انا لي سنين ما قاعد اشوف. انا بشوف هنا في صوت الشعب اول فرق تشوفه برا من الغرفه بتاعه. فده كله حاجات ده تطور جميل جدا. الدار نقول شنو؟ في ناس مفتكرين انه الايو منزعج عشان تمانيني. انا هنا ما منزعجين باي ذا واي. انا هنا ما منزعجين. احنا كنا بنعتقد كالاتي يا جماعه في العالم ده ناس بيوقعوا اتفاقيه، الاتفاقيه ما بيكون سلام. عشان تغير الاتفاقيه من اتفاقيه يكون سلام بتعمل حاجه اسمه مصالحه وسط الناس اول حاجه. يعني نحن وقت عملنا الاتفاقيه والبوب نادانا وباس رجلنا تحت لانه عارف انه بيناتنا ما فيش مصالحه. انا قاعد في جو الكلاب هاوس ده اي كلام بتاع جنرال باغان ما هل هو يمشي فيه وانا بمشي بس بسمعه. الكلام اللي انا سمعته منه انه هم غيروا النقاش بتاعت الاتفاقيات. هم دايرين يعملوا راوند تيبل الناس تتصالح فيه، جنوبين يتصالح كله، النفوس تتصافى، بعد كده نحن نقدر نشوف محل الاتفاقيات وين عشان ننفذ الاتفاقيات. وده كان كلام مهم جدا. في العالم انت بتعمل الاتفاقيه بتعمل مصالحه بعد كده عشان النفوس تطيب، بعد كده الاتفاقيات يتنفذ. حسن ما قادر يخلينا ننفذ اتفاقياتنا مع ناس الحكومه، لا ما في مصالحه حصل بين كير ورياض، وكل القيادات بتاعت الايو وقيادات الاي جي كل زول قاعد في محله زي احنا ما في مصالحه. طيب توقعت انه في نيروبي انه الناس حتقعد عشان نعمل راوند تيبل، مثلا رياض ذاته يكون يمشي هناك، كير يمشي هناك، وفقان بشخصيته بالثقه بتاعته المقبول من كل الناس يقدر يصالح بين الناس كله. بعد كده لو دار يعمل المفاوضات يشيل حكومه اي حاجه بيمشي النفوس متطيبه ما في مشكله كان. لكن في ناس مفتكرين انه يعني اذا ناس فقان عملوا اتفاقيه وجوا حيخوفونا من حاجه. ما في حاجه زي ده. حتى لو انتم دايرين يشيلوا وظائف كده تعالوا يشيلوا وظائف. خلينا دايرين ذاته البرلمان ده، ما نحن البرلمان عندنا فوق 150 ناس الحكومه 450. خلينا دايرين كده يشيلوا من ناس الحكومه ده ذاته يشيلوا مننا ونشوف الكلام اللي قاعد يحصل ده، لانه ما في حاجه جديد يعمل. وانا عجبني جدا الكلام بتاعتهم. الناس اللي جايين من نيروبي ده ما جايبين قروش. يا ريت لو كانوا جايبين قروش عشان ينقذوا البلد كان كويس. ثانيا يا ناس الحكومه احنا اللي قاعدين معكم لنا 4 سنين، انتوا ما قدرتوا تتفقوا معنا. ما عشان تتفقوا ما بقال لسه جاي من برا على حتتفقوا على شنو مثلا؟ دي شنو؟ عشان بقال ما عنده الاتفاقيه الامنيه ولا الترتيبات الامنيه ولا عشان دي شنو؟ احنا ما يا جماعه جنوب ده ما في زول داير يقعد في حرب. اي زول في الدنيا ده دار سلام. لو تمرد بقان بيجي جنوب الجاي بتاعهم بيخلق سلام في وسط المواطنين، مواهي يجي شوارع زي ما انا سمعته يعمل نفسه، حاجات ده كله يعمل نفسه. يا خلينا دايرين شنو في بزعلنا؟ ما ده واحد اننا دايرين لو دولتنا دي الناس بيصرفوا مواهب. لو السلام بتاعهم هم بيجيبوا مواهب للعساكر، بيجيبوا مواهب للموظفين، حاجات ده كله بعمل نفسه. يا اخي انا يا اول زول انا ذاته بنط معاهم في جو المركب بتاعهم بقول والله دي الاحسن ناس زي ده. فما في زول ما تتهمونا. يعني احنا قاعدين نقول يا جماعه اذا احنا عندنا اتفاقيه اي زول بدافع عن الاتفاقيه بتاعته. انا ما عندي الاتفاقيه بتاعي ده من دي ملزم بالناس معي فيه، لازم انا اقنعهم. يعني انا كايو عندي اتفاقيه مع الحكومه. ما يعني بستغرب لما نيجي مثلا زول يقول خلاص يعني انا نحن في الجنوب ده زي نحن الضيوف بوزوا لنا حاجات يعني الناس الحكومه اخواننا الناس وول والناس جماعه دي. انا مرات لما الناس يحسوا بيتكلموا زي احنا ضيوف وما جينا وقاعدين يوزوا لنا عصير ويقولوا والله يا اخي ندي سليمان وما ندي ديفيد بيل وندي جنرال كده، زي انتوا قاعدين توزوا لنا زي احنا ما مواطنين اصليين في بلد ده. ما في حاجه زي يا جماعه، نفس الاحساس بتاعكم. هسه انا مبسوط كونوا الروم يكون فوق الناس كلهم بعد فتره طويله اننا نقعد كلنا كجنوبيين كده، ده كويس. لكن كده شوف وعدنا ده ذاته ما فوق سلام. يعني كل زول بالتنشن بتاعه، كل زول داير يستثمر، ناس الحكومه دايرين يستثمروا انه يفتنوا بين الايو والريال اس بي ال، دايرين يستثمروا في الحاجه ده. يعني انا لما نسمع اللغه بتاعت اخوي يقول قال فقان والسلفى، يا اخي يا ريت والله لو بدهم الجائزه بتاعت نوبل للسلام ده، يا اخي ده حاجه بفرحنا كلنا. لكن حيدوم عشان وين السلام اصلا ده يا جماعه؟ وين السلام؟ مصر اتفاقيه دارين سلام، هل الناس ده كان عملوا اتفاقيه بيتحول لسلام؟ يا السؤال اللي لازم نسال بعضنا. شكرا جزيلا.
Okay, thank you.
والله مداخله موافقه جدا امباسدور شكرا. يا ريت لو انت كان سمعت كلام بتاع ديفيد جويل دافور يجدد.
Yes, Salman, thank you, but it's somewhat very contradicted yourself. And Okuma minded the Faga, Zakano minded the Faga, Riak Makan Puna, the Jubalo Makan the Faga, and Okuma Iowa. So that one that doesn't make sense at all. And you also admit that in the
أنا قلت في اتفاقية لكن ما في سلام يا أخوي وال. في اتفاقية لكن ما في سلام. ما في سلام.
Those are different stories. Okay, thank you so much. Anyway, Jamus, Mike comes back to you. And then Baraj, get yourself ready. Is after Jamus is coming to you, and then after Baraj will be you and Jamira. Go ahead, Jamus.
Yeah, my question is not regarding Tumaini. My question is to David Biel in regard to the event of 2010.
I don't know why he's jumping me after Baraj. You don't see me?
Because I came before you.
والله والله jumping everyone كده بس خلي الزاموجة فنش وبعد.
I'm before you.
No, يا ترابي you are after Baraj.
حتى أنا ذات ما لقيت فرصة يا ناس. أنتوا بتتكلم مع ناس زي لكن جو وراي كله.
William ده جامين قبل يا جماعة.
William, I'm the one who brought you up. I didn't know who you came after.
Yeah.
But I wrote down everybody here. Those of them, Jamira and they came way early before you, William.
No.
Okay. Can I proceed, please?
William came before me. Give me time because I'm from Real Estate.
Let moderator run it, guys. Let's not be kids around here. South Sudan issue is real.
Yeah, Jamus, you cannot be colonized here. المشكلة زي بخلي الناس يطلع من جنوب السودان.
ما نفعيو طوال اننا منتظرين التالف.
Thank you. You just proved my point that I'm about to ask. Thank you. My question is, a 2013 event unfolded. Now, question is, when Riek Machar has ordered the release of General Pagana Amom, or else he will not sign the peace agreement, is the reason because he's looking for a future alliance, General David, or is it because General Pagan was already part of his camp and the plan? And my second question goes to Edward Achik. Edward Achik, you condemn David Biel for using the language of threat of arm against the government or the people of South Sudan as a result of their fallout had the peace agreement did not go in their favor. I hope you get my point. Fast forward a couple of months back, or maybe was it last year, when you made a statement, you, Edward Achik, you said, Atenka de lo kolo Manuel, then Kamaba give Manuel, the Hajana Barco, they could mushkila. In your statement, are you helping South Sudan problem to solve itself, or your statement makes you to be part of the problem.
Thank you, Jamus.
This is a different stage, huh?
Wait, I want to respond. Because people get angry, my brother, the people who have waited over a year, if the order is not followed, the people get angry. That's the problem here. Brother, I know the mic was coming to you, but let's just be patient with me, brother. Let me give it to Mariali, and then William will get yourself ready. Mariali, go ahead and take the mic.
I think William was ahead of me, but mine, I'm not going to talk that much because I'm engaged. Just letting you know.
Now, William is before you, there, Mariali. Let William go.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, brothers. Yeah, you know, we people who do not have questions at this time are the right people actually to speak, so that we have time limit, and then the people who will ask questions will go on, because they will actually go back again later on if their questions were not actually answered the way they want. Let me go straight to the topic. Why SPLM-IO peers of the Tumaini initiative? Yeah, there are a couple of reasons that actually are pushing IO into that peer. One of the reasons, IO, in my opinion, they have a certain beliefs that they are the only opposition party that are holding the bulls on its horns. And therefore, they want each and every opposition in South Sudan, and every South Sudanese that have questions about the bull that they are holding its own, they will actually come through them. If you don't come through them, they will either release the bull to Yakan de Madero, into Takujma IO. They're one of the peers, because they don't want anybody to come in a different angle or in a different window apart from their window. That is one that I think. The other thing is that SPLM-IO believes in a gun class. And you people, you know what the gun class have done to our neighboring countries. Sudan is one of the examples that could be given as an example of a gun class. Now, al-indimar al-asal fi Sudan, ma yasalla wallahi ayakud 100 sana. وده فكرة الفراس ايو لنا ايو بيقولهم ده بتذكر قبيل انه فكان امهم as nothing, as he has never lost anybody and he have never killed anybody, and the same to Malung, the same to Boy Rolnyang. والايو فقد الناس في النضال بتاع 2013 ده كان كلام بتاع ديفيد قبيل. فده is a peer that if the other people come and they get a chance, maybe they will actually rally up with the regime or with Salva Kiir, and then they will be the victim. This is the second peer that IO are peering not to accept any other initiative apart from their peace agreement that was signed in 2018. One thing the SPLM-IO members should put in their mind: the peace that was signed in 2018 is going to expire on 24th of September this year. And if this peace agreement is expired, there is nothing that the current government, the government of Artigono, will continue use. They will be ruling us illegally. I don't know, for the position of IO, they are now refusing this initiative that could actually revive or that could actually rejuvenate the dying peace agreement. They are refusing it. I don't know, what do they hope, what do they expect ahead if the time is coming to an end in September 24? What will be the next step for the IO? This thing, the IO members need actually to put in their mind that the move they are actually taking is not the right move. Okay? They must actually accept this peace. This peace that came up with the good suggestions for me as a person. And I read some of them. One of the new things that they came up with the downsizing of the government, which is very important at this particular time, because you know very well that South Sudan is now it's under threat of hunger. And that threat of hunger need the government actually to be downsizing, a lean government. As you might have heard before from Edward, that they say the parliament must be reduced to 175. The national parliament, which is good actually, from 550 to 175, that's good enough. And the parliament of the state will go back to 50, as it used to be. And then the ministers also, they have to be downsized. So whenever we are downsizing, it will reduce the budget that we are using unnecessarily. So that we can rescue the people of South Sudan. So this thing, I don't know why the SPLM-IO is not supporting it. If the SPLM-IO are for the people of South Sudan, unless SPLM-IO are for themselves. And that's why they are refusing this initiative. That is in my humble, my humble understanding toward the current Tumaini in Nairobi. Again, I want to remind the SPLM-IO that yakwana adolahin pizai maruf isu mandira gendi. And andira gendi bitar Hindia aralahin badun ma samala salah bidal Britania shal Britania barat. Mada could be Bibana al group in Nairobi, they don't have guns and they could not be able, to be effective. They can be effective, through ideas, they can be effective. Talmaino al-Zim bitat Hindia, Shal al-Britania al-Agwa barra fi dakalahin badun ma samul salam. What do you think of people who are now discussing in Nairobi? And exactly, Brother Edward before was narrating it in a very clear way. This Tumaini, and I said it yesterday in one of the forums, that Tumaini is actually carrying three things. One, he's carrying this peace agreement that you are saying that is underlined. He's carrying it as one of the platforms they are using, and he's carrying roundtable talks with them, and he's carrying also the national dialogue. Okay, so if peace agreement of 2018 is important for SPLM-IO, it is part of what these people are discussing. If national dialogue is important for IG, it is part of what these people are talking. If roundtable is important, it is part of it. So these three initiatives combine together and form what we call Tumaini initiative. I don't know why other parties are against it and they are not supposed to support it. They are supposed to support it so that we bring the lasting peace in South Sudan. And if there is still a group of Thomas Kirillo and a group of Brother Emmanuel, the government that actually formed by these groups, they will actually approach those of Emmanuel so that they also have to get what they feel is not part of this, to add it. And then they will come back to South Sudan. So that we put our head together. This is what people of South Sudan are looking at now. Not who is stronger and who is actually killing people and who is shooting people and who is supposed to go back to square one. There is a statement always, some people run to it, that if we don't do this, we will go back to square one. And this statement come mostly from my brother David Biel. Yeah, you will come to ask me questions. This statement always comes from Brother David Biel, that if the IG did not get this, we will go back to square one. Square one means the war. I don't know why do you people love war more than peaceful solution to the problem of South Sudan. With that being said, thank you so much, and let me get the question that you want to ask. Thank you.
No, No, hold on. You will ask him later on. Give others a chance to also contribute, because you have seen how much we come to find ourselves under the pressure here. So let everybody that has been here for a while contribute. Brother David Gallen, we will give you a chance. If you Nazayo, you will talk a lot. You will have a lot of questions to ask and a lot of questions to answer too. Thank you, Comrade William Bolit. And as soon as the love or by the muscle, Queen Elizabeth would have not been the Queen of England, because she's a woman, old and weak. If it was because of the strength, she could have not been the queen of one of the most powerful countries. So thank you too. And then also too, another thing that you said there, and I hope now that SPLM-IO already take a notice of Kalam El-Gado, William Bolde, Kalam Tir of the SPLM-IO. Yes, William, you're right. SPLM-IO sees itself as the big boy that is holding the bull of the mad cow in South Sudan. In this case, yes, the government. But the Miskila, the SPLM-IO leadership, that they want people to line up behind them. But the leadership of the SPLM-IO always failed. An example of the failure of the leadership of the SPLM-IO, the section of Simon Garwidwal. Simon Garwidwal Mulkin to the SPLM-IO, but look at him. Didn't he give SPLM-IO support? At the end of the day, what ended up happening? And a lot of Junubin were members of the SPLM-IO. Those of Ladabor, those of Dewa Turjong, those of Din Motok, and those of what you call him, Mabior Garang. And at the end, they left. So it's not like Junubin did not actually give us SPLM-IO separation in Matilna as a big boy that holds the horns of the bull. Like in a leadership, in got Yeftel and 10 people's up, and then people got to go their own way. So I don't know how SPLM-IO can justify that. Thank you so much, brother.
Even Malong admittment here. Do you think that
That's
Malong admittment?
That's fine. Yes.
Issue because the faction there everywhere.
That is correct. It's correct. But
Asa Kwela where is not with kid? Kwela where the moon is kid?
That is
then why not
مين government صغير ده عملوه تشوفوا كمية الديفكشن اللي بيحصل لما تعمل المين government ده تشوف كمية الديفكشن اللي بيحصل لك تعال اعمل الحكومة الصغيرة ده شوف كمية الديفكشن اللي بيحصل لك
How do you know that? How many people are so we tell them you can
separate them.
You guys are proving them right that you guys reveal every time. Why don't you wait for your chance and then respond to them?
You will respond later on. Brother General Muriali, mic comes to you.
Well, much stuff أنا بقيت في مكان موزع كده. I will come later.
Okay, thank you so much, Comrade Bright. The mic comes to you. Ganyamura, and get yourself ready. Bright.
بنوال كده أنا صوتي واضح.
Yes, you're clear, brother.
شكرا بالمناسبة. I like the discussion and I like the intensity of the discussions. I hope we're not going to lose the grip of it. أنا داير أجي وين؟ أنا داير أجي كده بشيله بطريقة تاني. أنا قاعد أقرأ الوضع كيف. And this is what I call actually أنينا في stage بتاع this is a true fighting of elites. يعني ده صراع حقيقي صراع بتاع السياسيين صراع حقيقي to the highest level.
كلامك صح
بالضبط. ده الصراع بتاع النقط صراع حقيقي and it's true. When it get to that point أنا داير أشيل شوية كلمات كده من اللي سمعتهم وبرضه بتكلم عن initiative ده يا جماعة من بدأ بإنه is a goodwill from the president. A goodwill from the president. So president want this to go ahead. ليه goodwill ده جا من وين كده يعني جا out of nowhere. اللي أنا قاعد أشوفه شنو في صراع سياسي لما الناس تصل في الحتة ده. Tumaini initiative أول حاجة سموه بهوب. والكلمات اللي قاعدين بيعملوا use فيه ده people of South Sudan need to own this. This is hope initiative. يعني وده بعمل ريسكيو لجنوب السودان. يعني في كلمات كده جديد أنا كنت ما قاعد أسمع من السياسيين من زمان. الكلمات دي ظهروا ليه؟ أنا قاعد أقول ده صراع حقيقي بالنسبة للشروع. الكرة في الملعب. كير توميني انيشيتيف وهذا معارضة. ماشي في سياسة أنا لو لقيت طريقة أكون في الهجوم to be striker in the field I will strike. You know, Tumaini initiative who is striker الليلة ده in a position of striker President Kiir هو لاعب وسط وقدر يباظ الكرة للسترايكر. سو لو جابوا جون بعدين الوضع بيكون وضع آمن شديد. ليه أنا قلت كده؟ يا جماعة Tumaini initiative ده regardless of the situation كير هو زارو قبل هو دار كينيا ما في طريقة. The peace agreement قاعد 6 سنة نيجي نسمع every day كير what do you call ريك ده مسجون لكن في نفس الوقت أنا لسه بنقتنع بالسلطة بتاعه، هو عنده سلطة في جنوب السودان، وديفيد بيقول يا أخي السلطة ده ما يشيلوا منه برضه، لكن بيقولوا ليك ده مسجون، أنا بكون في السجن ولسه رئيس دولة يعني. سو الكلمات ده أنا لما قاعد أسمع وقاعد أشوفه وأنا قاعد أحلل فيه كده، طبعا الكلمات ده للمستمع العام بيلخم. لا ريك هو لو كان في وضع بتاع قوة وبيقدر ينفذ الأجريمنت ده، ما هو كان عمله من زمان يعني. المشكلة وين؟ لكن الأجريمنت إيفن كير دار مقتنع أجريمنت ده ما مشى أي محل. عشان أرجع أستعمل كلمة ده alternative وده كده ما ينفع. إذا دار تشوف وضعك وين؟ أيوة ديفيد قاعد يشاكل لأنه كرسي بتاعه بيجي يشيلوه ما عليك كيف يعني، غصبا عنه ما في طريقة. أوكي rescue the country like this في الحقيقة ما هو ده rescue بتاع السلطة حقيقي يعني، rescue بتاع الليد، والليد ده طبعا هو بتاع الكانتري لو يشاكل والكانتري بيمشي في مشاكل. You know? So to me, rescue the country, you have to rescue the structure. Those Cameroon, if they rescue the structure, بعد شنو؟ في ناس بس على الجبلية ده تيجي جوا للسلطة، وأنا بدون سلطة أنا هعمل شنو يا جماعة؟ ما هو أنا لو كنت بغير بدون سلطة ما كنت غيرتها من زمان يعني. ما هو أنا داير السلطة الغلط وين يعني؟ أنا أكون عندي سلطة وأغير، ما ده اللي أنا دايره أساسا يعني. سو كلام بإنه أنت داير سلطة وأنت بتاع السلطة ده كله كلام بس. You know?
They are coming in to sit together with the same government that they want to change. So there's no change anymore. Continue.
Change will happen. Change will happen. Of course, change will happen.
Why? But yeah, Brad, even Choldi, why did Dr. Jongaran sign peace agreement? He came in to do what? Now, let's be honest. What?
لأنه أنا أجي في السلطة ده بعد ده I can put pressure on this. السلطة ما ضروري رأس الدولة يمشي الليل ولا بكرة، لكن لازم يكون في حاجة يكون غير في الواقع. The peace agreement is going nowhere. The president wanted to stay, Riek wanted to stay, والناس البرا لازم يجوا عشان يقولوا سوا يعني. المشكلة وين؟ So الصراع الحقيقي this is an elite fight. So الصراع الحقيقي ده، هل الصراع الحقيقي ده بيؤدي لتغيير حسي حاليا في جنوب السودان؟ شوف الوضع الجاي غصبا عن اي زول لازم يكون في تغيير، والتغيير وين؟ انت لما تلقى فرصه هسي Tumaini initiative regardless of the chance they got the chance, you know. الchance ده لازم يعملوا حاجه، لو ما عملوا حاجه ثانيه ما هيعملوا حاجه في حياتهم. Also if you can rescue the president and come and do some change, why not? ريك جوا وجدار يعمل تغيير كده وما قدر يعني. المشكله وين؟ So what I'm trying to say is this. أنا من نشوف في الحقيقة ده في صراع حقيقي، بعد الصراع ده برضه شنو؟ It will become to the willingness. If the president here have a good will to initiate this, that means he really want to change something. There's something wrong. They've been sitting there for a very long time. There's something wrong. Himself there, he want to get out of this. If he come and respond from outside, will he get up to your position? He have to strike. Why not? That's how politics play. So when people cry now, like that's raw, now the language field has changed and became events. من أول حاجة, you know, the start of Hope Initiative ولا Tumaini Initiative. فقالوا أنا قاعد أقول نجم الاسم شنو الانيشيتيف. لما قال أول كلمة بإنه يا كيريا خلينا ما أنمي لأنه صلح الدولة ده. So حاليا يا جماعة وأنا نختم, this is a true fight of elites. At the same time, it makes sense to rescue the country. ما مشكلة rescue the country تطرد كير وتطرد ريك ونادر يجوا بديل. لا, المسألة ما مسألة كده. المسألة هم كلهم they have to pay way for this country if this country really have to breathe or have to do something. And I think I will stop here. This is all just my input.
برانيو الجيش بتاع ايو ده انت الصراع بتاع وين؟ الجيش بتاع الايو ده الصراع بتاع بكونوا منو؟
Thank you.
الوضع الحالي في الجيش, الوضع الحالي, الصراع الحالي يا what do you call يا سفير الصراع الحالي ده ما الصراع بتاع الجيش. This is not a warlord situation. This is to the highest level. So the pressure ده ما pressure بتاع بس بتاع ناس what do you call it القاعدين في الخارج لا. This is the highest level. So لما نفكر المنطق بعدين في النهاية يلا بعدين شوف الجيش ده ما تحديد حاليا هسه يعني. Thank you.
Thank you. Robbie, go ahead. Then Yamiran. So I refresh my room, but that's how the order is. Robbie came before you, and then it will be you after Robbie. Go ahead, Robbie.
Okay, I will make it quick, brother. Well, moderators and the room and the participants on this podium and our South Sudanese are listening. My greeting to you all. I will make it quick. The topic of the day is about why the SPLM-IO is in fear for the Tumaini initiative. I think that's the topic. What I will say here is my opinions, and I think the other South Sudanese that knows what occurred before that will agree with me. Yeah, if we want this country to be a country for all of us, let's talk based on facts. That's the only way that we will resolve all the issues. The reason why I'm saying that, let me come to the SPLM-IO, how it was formed, and how it started. That's where we need to start. We all know how the SPLM-IO originated as some kind of rebellion. And I think it's not yet a party. SPLM-IO was formed, or it became, after what happened in 2013. So I would call it this rebel movement was formed based on emotionals. And who were the first to form it? First, it was formed based on ethnics. And we all know who were those. And then it gradually revolved to become some kind of a rebel movement. But at first, we all know how SPLM-IO originated. We should go back to the root cause. If we really want to solve the issues in South Sudan. And I think what makes the SPLM-IO today be so fearful of the Tumaini initiative in Nairobi is because they know that. The way the SPLM-IO was formed or where it originated doesn't represent the voices of the South Sudanese. And we all know it. When they went for even the first agreement and the second one, their demands were what? Division of powers. Does that represent any villager in South Sudan? No, it doesn't. And that is what the SPLM will represent, SPLM-IO. But now, I think they came to realize after they went to Nairobi, because when they went to Nairobi, they knew what they were going for. They did not just left from Juba to Nairobi for a negotiation that they didn't know what they were going to say or to contribute. They knew exactly what they were going for. But unfortunately, after they went there, they were surprised. By the groups that President Kiir has pardoned and talked to the president of Kenya and called for the international community to initiate this kind of peace talks. Because most of these groups in these peace talks, none of them have not formed a tribal militia of their own to kill a particular groups. You, the people of South Sudan, can just figure that out. And I think that's why it was called Tumaini. I hope, because all the generals in that peace talks, none of them did not participate in the rampant killings and tribals, alliances of all these things. But when it comes to SPLM-IO, we all know. And let's be realistic. Let's not beat around the bushes. You know, Sudan, we're all brothers, no matter what. But we know what is going on in SPLM-IO. Majority of those who joined the SPLM-IO after it was termed ethnics, but because the Tariq fear this rebellion to be called an ethnic groups, he changed. And we know it. Then the rest joined. People that wanted positions. And this is the definition of the SPLM-IO. And I think that's why they're so fearful about the Tumaini, which is being negotiated in Nairobi. There's no question about it. Because Tumaini speak for the people of South Sudan. They have included thing that a silent South Sudanese that does not have a way to speak is included in that peace initiative. So as David Biel, with the exception of Sulman Dadara, because I know if Sulman Dadara winning the positions, he could have not still been in Canada. He has all right to represent where he come from, but he choose not. Yeah, Jaman. SPLM-IO do not have any ground to fight or to reject the peace of Tumaini initiative which is going on in Nairobi. They don't have any way to reject that. In simple terms, SPLM-IO is part and parcel of South Sudan, SPLM-IG in government. That alone can tell you if they were not in agreement with the current system in Juba, then why did they decide to join the initiative in Nairobi? And if they say no, for some reason, if they were fooled by the government, then how could you be fooled by a partner in agreement with you to also go into what he initiated? Does it make sense? Now the General Gabriel El-Bujufenada, يجي يقول حاجات ما بخش في الروس في الناس. Let me tell you, General Gabriel, majority of the South Sudanese that sit in the audience and listen to your bull crap, most of them are more educated than the diploma that you have. But because, Sudan, Aganda, we carried it so high. That's why you see majority of the South Sudanese listen to your bullcrap. And you, the SPLM-IO, you are not the change for South Sudan. Because we know how the SPLM-IO originated from the get-go. So you cannot believe when you were a goat and now you wouldn't be alive. No South Sudanese will accept that. Brother Wallen and moderators of Islamic, thank you.
ممكن يا جماعة تدين فرصة عشان come up
Okay. Thank you, Travi. We're almost done, David Bial. We're almost done, David P. One of your IO too, Philemon is in the line too. So you mute your mic a little bit. In the meantime, let's give Kanyamiran. Kanyamiran, my apologies. You've been waiting for a long time. Go ahead and take your mic. And Kanyamiran, we're going to give you 10 minutes. And here is how I will notify you. As my neighbors, if you hear this sound, it will mean your time is up. That's the timer. So you have 10 minutes. When you hear that, your time is up. Go ahead, Kanyamira. You got 10 minutes.
Sorry, well, بكون كويس انت لو عملت تدي انت لو اديته 8 دقائق 10 دقائق وريه وبعدين 8 دقائق so that he can close up in 2 minutes. ولا كيف؟
It depends, because you see David Bial also want to go to bed. I'm just really, I don't know who to really what to do here.
No, sorry to intervene. I'm not saying give him more minutes. أنا قلت له أنت لو حاجة ده الزمن بتوعه أنت then you should give him 2 minutes to close.
Okay. Go ahead, Kanyamira. When you hear the bell, it means your time is up. Go ahead.
Thank you. And then I think it's good that the timing is starting with me, because I've seen most of you were dragging on and there was no time mentioned. But I'm glad that the law of the room will start with me. So someone open his mic or something. It's Brother Ring, you need to turn off your mic, please. Thank you so much, my fellow moderators, or the moderators of the room, and also the head moderator, which is or the owner of the room, or the founder of the room. I'm really glad to be here today. although I came a little bit late. I wish I had been here early. First and foremost, let me acknowledge those who spoke before me, especially those who spoke. Although they are not here as a direct representative of the SPLM-IO. They came here with views and opinion that also reflect the information we share as the SPLM-IO. Due to time, let me move quickly. This Tumaini initiative has been in discussion for the past 2 months or so. I remember the very first time I joined the discussion was on the very same platform, and I believe it was my brother, I think it was Barach. Yeah, Barach. That was the very first time, I think nearly a month and a half ago. We discussed extensively, what is meant by the Tumaini and how it's going to go forward. And I believe we reached some crucial points. With that being mentioned, let me also say Tumaini initiative did not come out of nowhere. It never come out of blue. It was the original part of it was the Rome initiative, which was organized by Sengidio. Let us also acknowledge that most of the parties, especially those in the current reactions, were positive part of the Rome. They sent their delegation because they wanted to see if we can reach a consensus to bring our people back to the country to join the peace agreement so that the peace can be for all of us. I think that was the reason for the Rome. Also, if we talk about the current Tumaini, one has to question what happened to the Rome agreement. Without elaboration, I will pose the question of why the government, especially the SPLM-IG, halted the proceeding of the Rome agreement. It's up to you as the people of South Sudan to judge better. And then 6 months thereafter, after halting or pulling out of the Rome, they went and consulted or contacted President Ruto to create a space for discussion in Nairobi, which has turned into Tumaini. One need to also question why did Salva Kiir went and consulted President Ruto, as opposed to continuing the initiative in Rome or discussion in Rome. It's up to you also to look into that. I don't want to waste my time on it. I'm just trying to recapture why we are in this situation today. So now coming to Tumaini. The very first time Paganamum aired his view or addressed the media in Nairobi, I think it was the day after he landed in Nairobi, he made it very clear that we are not here to renegotiate the current reactions. He actually acknowledged the reactions, that it is a formidable document that need no discussion. He acknowledged it, and he said that they are not going to Nairobi to renegotiate. What most of us thought, for example, especially we in the SPLM-IO, we thought that I got a call. We thought that the Nairobi initiative would have pinpointed certain things. One, question why the peace agreement is not moving forward. Because the main priority should not have been, negotiating a different deal or a different agreement, because their prior position was to actually be involved in the current agreement. Where they got the advice from, it's up to them to tell to the people of South Sudan. So we were hopeful that they would go to Nairobi and pressure the parties to give them answers as to why the current peace is not going forward. Unfortunately, they didn't do that. They went and paved a different way forward, where they would look into the current reactors and then recommend a way forward, and that is how they reach into the current, position. By that being said, the logical reason as to why SPLM-IO decided now to no longer be part of the Tumaini is because they realized that the original position, which we actually adopted which made us to go to Rome and allow us also to be a positive participant at the early stage of Tumaini, is no longer the deal now, is no longer the talk. If one could question, why would you go to Tumaini and then decide to pull out? What was the original
position for the Rome Peace Initiative? Can you remind us?
Okay, as SPLM-IO, if you guys will remember, remember when the leaders went to Rome and their feet were kissed by Pope, that actually brought a new sense. Especially from the leaders. If it didn't brought a new sense or new realization in how we can bring peace to the people of South Sudan, it did so to the leadership of IO. We talked candid about this in our meetings. That we should.
That was an act by Vatican.
You are interrupting me, my brother. You asked me a question, and no, hold on. No, yeah, you will understand if you allow, if you listen. The problem with our South Sudanese, we are not good listeners.
No, the problem with those of you who come to speak here, the problem with those of you who come to speak here, you think like you just have, and when you are being questioned.
No, my brother. Well, I'm not saying you should not ask, but it would be very nice of you to listen first to the answer and then question again.
The answer you give me that the Pope kissed the feet of the leaders, that was not a position of the SPLM-IO.
No. I was telling you, okay, you asked a question. Remember when you ask a question, it's never going to be yes and no. I was trying to give you a sense as to why we reach into our position that actually led us to go to Rome in the first place. You got that? But the fact that you didn't want to listen, then you cut me off. Okay, let me just say, we went to Rome. Okay, we went to Rome.
Nyamaran, yeah, here is the thing here.
Not Nyamaran, it's got Nyamaran there.
Nyamaran, yeah, Nyamaran. I really want to, because the thing is here.
Okay. Now go ahead.
Yeah, we want to know what was the Mandandra that you see here more than often. He keeps saying that Simon Chankot. Okay, Simon Chankot. Where you put all the wall for Walato to that's okay. So, Ganyamiran, Tilman and the right here, he always plays the audio. What is being funny now? Kapana. I thought this is a serious discussion here. He kept saying that the Rome Peace Initiative was initiated by the SPLM-IO. And so when you come and say here, that was a position of the SPLM-IO, we need to understand this because the whole idea, because what is going on in Tumaini initiative now has a root in Rome Peace Initiative. And so if it is something that was started by the SPLM-IO, the SPLM-IO used to have a position. And so we need to understand what was that position that the SPLM-IO have and why they're running away from the same position here. What happened in between Ganyamiran? Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I hope you are looking into my time as well because you took my time. Yes, whether you would say it was initiated by the SPLM-IO or the SPLM-IO actually put their voice in it or request the Rome to help us come together, that should no longer be the question. But the reason as to why we accepted to go to Rome was on one thing to make sure that all the oppositions within our country that were Hola should join the peace agreement. it was a language that was actually used in the reactors, which is disseminating the language of peace. So if you want to bring peace to the country, you have to reach out to the whole art group. That was the initiative of Rome. And how is the initiative possible? It is possible because if the whole art group are brought in, they have to be part of the agreement as opposed to the current initiative in Tumaini. So now if you look at it, the first inception in Rome was to make sure all the whole art group become part of the agreement, which is the reaccess or any other name we can give. But when you come and renegotiate your way forward, okay, and call it Tumaini, and you are proposing things that are actually going to alter the current agreement, then there has to be some parties or individuals that will feel discontent with what you are doing. Okay, so now let me continue. I hope I answer your question. Now, when you look at the Tumaini, the reason as to why we feel now that Tumaini has lost track with what we initially, hoped for, is because of the current position in which they have taken. The fact that they are proposing, the lead organization, all the organization that we founded to make sure peace is realized in the country. They are proposing that the IGAD or the Kenyan initiative in Tumaini will be the one making decisions. So decision to change things in South Sudan will be made outside of the country. By who? By IGAD or, let's say, the Kenyan government. If that happens, then this is where the question of where is our national sovereignty? Okay, because if you can say the RJMAC must be, will be nominated by the guarantors, which is those of Tumaini, and all the other organizations which were formed to spearhead the peace in South Sudan will be reorganized and nominated in Kenya, especially the chair and the deputies. What are you telling South Sudanese? You are telling South Sudanese that your national integrity is under question. The sovereignty of our country is under question. That means we are unable to make changes in our country. And this is where we have to refer back to what Pagan used to preach, saying what? Saying that, the technocrat government will be brought into the country. Where is the technocrat being formed? Now it can be real that technocrat government will be founded in Nairobi and airlifted to Juba. I think this is where the SPLM-IO felt the need to add their concern last month or earlier in the month. And now they realize that these people are not changing. They are not altering to go back to the first state. So now we have to either make a decision to be part of the mess or pull out. And we have taken the decision to pull out because we don't want to create a mess. You cannot run a lone government or lone agreement on the side of another agreement that is in existence. Let me also say this because this is also a good question to answer. So now there are people who question why SPLM-IO want to pull out at the end. We have to pull out at the end because we don't want to create more mess. Okay, let's assume now we just say, oh, for the sake of peace, let us continue negotiating in Nairobi. And then tomorrow, these gentlemen come to Juba. And we are scrapping what? The reaccess. The reaccess is what gives us the formation, even allowing us the opportunity to go to Nairobi and negotiate with this, with the whole art group. So for you to scrap it, it's like you telling me that you have built a house, and now because you built a house, let me come and actually destroy the house that you have built, and I have to restart it again. So now let me go to my conclusion, because I would love to respond to some of the rhetorics that I've heard earlier, but I might not have the time. You know, South Sudan problem, as we have known it now for the past 11 years, do not need shortcuts. The problem that we are facing in South Sudan need careful understanding and careful digestion. We must look at them in critical, in critical views. When you come with emotions and you think that your emotions can be the one that give us an elusive prize, which is peace, your emotion can disappear in a day or two. What are you going to give South Sudanese thereafter when your emotions are gone? This is what we don't want in South Sudan. We don't want South Sudan where we come with emotions and we allow our emotion to make decisions for us. There are also, calls that we must look into carefully. When you come to South Sudanese and say, because you have been in suffering, this is the way forward. We need also to look into this way forward. Are they ill-intended? Do they carry ill intentions? Because if they do carry ill intentions, then we must not be part of it. Because if you are telling us you want to actually fix South Sudan, then you should not come with questionable scenarios where the South Sudanese people will think, no, there is something behind this. So I also believe that South Sudan issues or problems that we are facing should not be solved with emotions. They need calmness, they need understanding, and they also need representation from all walks of life. And that is what the SPLM-IO was hopeful for. The fact that, for example, the concern we have now as well is that those of Cirillo, they were supposed to be part of this. Now they no longer part of it. Emmanuel Ajawin was supposed to be part of it. He's no longer part of it. Not to even mention the likes of Garwidwal and the rest. So we still hold the belief that, the initial Rome discussion must be continued so that everybody will be given part in this initiative. At the moment, it's no longer there. We want to take Pagan and Malong and Wai to Juba. Okay, are we going to have another initiative in Uganda and Rwanda? Because this is now becoming a business. Because if Pagan arrive in Juba, then there will be another business created somewhere that will host the likes of Emmanuel Ajawin, because this is what we're trying to make now in South Sudan. Okay, now let me say this. SPLM-IO want all South Sudanese, especially all the whole art group, to be part of the agreement, but not to change the original agreement. Anybody that has got ill intention to change the original agreement, SPLM-IO will not be part of. We hold the belief that South Sudan can have a genuine peace through this agreement. The only thing that is lacking, though, is a political will. And where is a political will lacking from the SPLM-IG? None other than Salva Kiir, because he's the president of our country. He's showing lack of willingness to implement the agreement. Even the Tumaini agreement, although it is hopeful, what would you do tomorrow if you land in Juba and it is not implemented? These are critical questions that we should ask, because if Salva Kiir drag his feet in the implementation of the reaccess, what makes you believe that the Tumaini will be the voice of the day? Okay, so the other question that I want all of you also to respond to, maybe later, is we have got reaccess. Where there were so many, we had the original access, we have the reaccess. There were so many guarantors in it.
You have gone like 24 minutes now. you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. I can come back later. No, I can come back later. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks.
Okay, let me just conclude by.
The quick question, mumkin.
Lana, and some people here have not contacted this brother.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Well, I will come back later.
So, why don't you hold your question there or write it down, and then in the meantime, Jaran Muriel, go ahead and take the
No
mic.
problem. I can answer it later on, but anyway, I can wait. Thank you.
I think after this session here, and Bagalena, Jaran Muriel, and then when it comes to Kilamon, Akalama Ejeleri, the big guy who real SPLM, and then Brother Nathadeen, and then we will open the general conversation. So go ahead, Jaran Marialdi.
Okay, thank you, Comrade Wall. I hope my voice is sound clear at your ends. Greeting to everyone. And a lot of important point has been mentioned so much on the topic why SPLM-IO fear of Tumaini initiative. And the clubhouse politics has reached to very fascinating, point. Like very kind of like sometimes you will wonder, the friends of yesterday, they find no way to enjoy the cordial environment of let me use that word, but I'm not insulting, by the way. When people try to appease one another in so much so they can create an argument that can move on, but that wasn't based on the reality. We are now almost arriving into the point of where we have to speak the realities, and now the friends cannot really make it easy for themselves to hold that conversation. Let me say this: the initiative itself, President Kiir, the man behind the initiative, actually is very serious, and he wants to bring the peace into people of to the people of South Sudan. This is why he did it. His intention is to make the peace to come to the people of South Sudan. And what we were supposed to expect from the government of South Sudan, it is a mistake from the first place to have this faction of amalgamation faction to get themselves, and then some of them claim to be participants on the ticket of party as SPLM-IO. Because what is happening here, it is the government of South Sudan negotiating with the opposition, the so-called the whole out or the whole out group, So the confusion of having that allowing some participation under the ticket of the party, it was the mistake from the government. But nevertheless, SPLM-IO to agree to do not agree, the government want to bring in every opposition from outside. And the SPLM-IO cannot always stand on the way, blockage or causing a blockage, like nothing to go through unless if they have to bless it or to agree with it. This is itself, it is an obstacle to the peace. Okay? It is an obstacle to the peace, simply because...
Look in the chat from Pikalam Katabo Mayan Dingit. What do you say about that? It seems to be in line with what you're saying.
Okay, let me read it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Read it what he said. I never go in the room. Look at what
he
said.
IO should accept that annex to any agreement necessarily includes improvement that will restructure many elements of the agreement, sometimes fundamentally.
their acceptance of the need for an annex to our ISIS was a confusion that didn't work and has need an adjustment. Yes, I think Mayan was actually reading somehow, what I'm about to say, and you can tell the observers who really been following the things now can sometimes draw a very, a similar argument of which it makes, if you are observers of what the language of the peace has been going on, you will definitely not necessarily to be from one party. I know Mayantaban is a real SPLM, of which me and him, we don't even share the, kind of, but yeah, he put it correctly. What is really, the start point with this, Walmoranya. President Kiir is ready for the peace, and anyone who will stand against the process of the peace, that person should be the new enemy. Okay? And to get the closer, you have seen when those of when Stephen Boy Rolnyang was actually getting bullied intentionally in Nairobi, President Kiir took a bold decision, removing Governor Minquil to send the message. Okay, even though Governor Minquil is an IG. Okay, but President Kiir made it clear, I am for the peace, but if you are here to be an obstacle for the peace, I will definitely deal with you before I deal with others. Okay, remove the Governor Minquil and replace it with someone that actually will even sound more confident that Bol Ranyang will definitely feel comfortable. Okay? And for the buying the peace, we cannot just keep someone sitting in the neck of the people of South Sudan, terrorizing them left and right, causing havoc, insecurity for their own benefit. That's to keep what is really needed for them only, but not for the people of South Sudan. And this is what was going on some parts. And that's why President Kiir didn't, accept it. And he said, I will definitely do what is required. And that should have been actually a clear message to so many of other elements who want to own, who find themselves to be custodian. What I mean, like they think that if they bless things in South Sudan, then this is what it really should be agreeable. And this is not true. It's not. It shouldn't be really the way that if you're not finding this is working in your direction, then you are against it. And this is exactly what has been the expectation of the SPLM-IO, to put everything into what they have thought that this should be the way forward. Okay, so let me put it that way. As I put it, I brought that example to just make it clear. Example of Munchwil, and the SPLM-IG, the partner with SPLM-IO, with the peace agreement that actually lasts for the last maybe 4 or 5 years or 6 years down. We are approaching now the end of the 6 years. This peace, if the SPLM-IO were somehow a very a very committed partner, they would have done their best to participate in a full capacity to do what is necessary to make that peace achieve the goals. But what the SPLM-IO did, within their own fighting, because the SPLM-IO, it is very, very an organized organization, even though it's our partner, partner within the system. But inside the SPLM-IO, it is very disintegrated. They always, you don't know who to, you put in someone to the job today, the next maybe 2-3 months, you will find something going wrong there. Okay? So they're all in fighting
made it so difficult for SPLM or for the government of South Sudan to actually progress with the peace implementation. Let us be honest. Okay? And that thing should not be really always put, if this peace that is supposed to be implemented in 4 years should last forever. And then you will put it as an obstacle that there is no other peace can overtake it or to come in. That's also not fair. Okay? So here, SPLM-IO should understand there will be a time the peace will expire. Of course, we are for the peace, but the agreement that's supposed to bring in the lasting peace in South Sudan will expire. And then the people of South Sudan will have to look for other useful avenues that will actually, to get them to where they should finalize this drama of forth and back. And in that case, anyone hold out or opposition, okay, there should also be allowed to get in. And this is why the so-called Tumaini, or Tumaini, or Munu is important. It is important to come in. But there is a great mistake here from this group of Tumaini too. Okay? The Tumaini is using this peace talk or roadmap, whatever, there's so many names they try to use it, but I don't know if this venue of Nairobi, peace talk, whatever they call themselves, or a social contract program, they're using it and they are marketing it to actually to get somehow, if they were the only an organization with the magic solution in their hands, which is also is another misleading, initiative. Okay, and that's why I asked someone like Edward Echegerle here, and I know he couldn't really stay long. I think he left. There is a very contradictory here. Edward and his boss, not long ago, they were having one word in their mouths. As long Riek Machar and Kir Mayar to remain, to be part and the parcel of the government of South Sudan, nothing will really achieve it, itself, or to be a positive outcome. Okay? And now with this Tumaini initiative, there is nothing really going to change. Let us be fair here. So can we say Pagana Mum was collecting these heavy words, confusing Junubin, to negotiate his way inside, okay? And then it's just, instead of him going inside silently, like he wants to be the part of what is going on there with his comrades, he's choosing very misleading, statements. And some of shallow-minded among us here will think, okay, Pagan is a Messiah coming with New Jerusalem, and that will not be what is really that to be the truth, the outcome.
But General Mariali, realistically,
yes,
Dalma RR is due to expire in September. And when we look at the realities on the street, there is no preparation that I and you really believe that election will take place. And the extension has not been declared yet. Election has not been done. What would be next for Junubin? Is Zakan to Maheni? We think to Maheni is not a good alternative. But what else do we have? Dalma Mandina election, Artigano is expiring. Election has not been done. And no preparation for election. What do you think was going to be next for us? Is Zakan Mabi to Maheni initiative?
Well, this is the thing, Ustaz Wal Moranya. I do look at that, it is very important for the government of South Sudan to find a political settlement, a solution that will definitely make them find a way to work out, whether with a partial extension or incorporation. What is really going on here? They're going to incorporate the Tumaini to be the part of what already exists there. That should be the clear language. But now they are avoiding those words and they are confusing NAS-IO here. And this is, let us be careful. If Junubin continue with this and another fallout happen, like if tomorrow or the next week or next month, from this disgruntled IO, undisciplined armies, or what, then we should have to blame to the confusion language that's happening here. Because they are sending a very heavy statement, and those statements, they know where to find the place. Okay? Those statements done as Pagana Mum, Constitution outside in Wayne, Umar of Shinu, Waitafagia, but the RSS is not an Injil. Of course, it's not an Injil, but it has its place too. You don't just need to dismiss it because you want to find yourself a room. Okay? This is the tragedy here. Like, what should be the reality? Now, I need to be told, you prepare yourself, together. Okay? This should be the way forward.
Well, I'll take that into expiration date on it. You cannot eat the cake when it expires because the cake is about to expire in September. So who's going to eat it? That's why people of South Sudan are cooking up a new cake called Tumaini. So what's wrong with the new cake here? And they couldn't express a long expression date on it.
No, the thing is, the new cake that will be brought in to be, to be part of the kitchen, dining, should be also knowing that even if they're coming in like Tumaini, the one should be the new roadmap out of the, to establish another 3 years government. Then it is clearly that they already exist there. There will be, they're going to be, a very important moderators or maybe very important controllers of what is going to happen. There is no way that you're going to just, tell them that your peace agreement has expired for very, and it's not going anywhere. And this is, no.
But Mayadi, I have a question. Mayadi, I have a question for you.
Yes.
You have a job and you have a stocks, and the stocks are the expired one, and you have a new stock that came in. What do you do with the old stock? Let us be honest for ourselves. That is the question.
Well, with that, you cannot.
That's a logical question. It's not a market,
Yes. I do have to be very careful.
That is his name in Agnes.
Okay, Comrade Chankwa. We have to be very careful here. You cannot just try to take, a marketing example, and you want to put it as a political, and then you want to make it, Everything in politics is solved by negotiation. أي حاجة في سياسة بتنتهي بمحادثات to power. And with that, you have to use all the techniques that are required to make you to reach out into peaceful, agreed settlement. And that's why there are so many things here to be fixed.
General there is one thing that you guys don't seem to see here, Jamana. The RR has expiration date on it. It's not just unlimited agreement. Into expiration date, but you have here marketing imperative argument here make a lot of sense because an RR is not infinite agreement. Into Zaman Mahdud, and it's supposed to end with the election. But when we look at the reality here, election doesn't seem to be a likelihood. And the RR is supposed to expire by September. And for
by the way, don't forget my government of South Sudan has tried their best to bring all those whole-out groups. And now, with the biggest try that they try to do is kind of like they try to send a message. Yeah, Jama, we are sick and tired of this and this and that. And from here, we are doing this in Nairobi to bring in the entire whole out group, as Makwinda said the other day, with the exception of those two, brothers of ours, Molana and General. Okay? So this forum here, it will definitely bring in an end to the crisis, and that will start by establishing interim period that will definitely be together, and then they will go for election. Okay? But what is important here, it is how are we going to incorporate this so-called Tumaini to be part of the already exist, and also to respect the already exist, not to be just dislodged because we want to bring in a new bride. Okay? Then there is no solution here. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, let's
so,
hear from some of your brothers. Yeah, take a minute to wrap
okay.
it up for our and then move on. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. So for that, there is mistakes on all this. Now the I want to put it here. If there is a way for them to yiraja or khatabatum, it is not that SPLM-IO. They should not think that they are custodian of everything in South Sudan. Okay, but also Tumaini, that they should not think also they are bringing in a new Jerusalem to South Sudan with so much confusion while they don't have anything in their hand. This can collapse today, and Pagaramon will go back to his Nebraska or where, and everyone will go to Bush that he belongs to, and that's the government of South Sudan with partnership of the SPLM-IO will continue. I don't see anything that will, if this is collapse,
and will continue suffer the Marialit. Junubin will continue to suffer.
Also, you don't need to speak from the imaginary, okay? In the SPLM, real SPLM, they talking in imaginary way. SPLM-IO, and they are about to explode the bomb in a time. So there is a necessity here, now they need to rethink twice. South Sudan is all for all of us, and if South Sudan is all for all of us, we will find a way. Now that's SPLM-IO fi bagin bishiru minu, munudule na pagana mum fi bagin bishiru minu na za akuma. Fi bagin bishiru. Ah?
Real SPLM to explode.
Real SPLM-IO.
No, actually, real SPLM-IO.
Yes, I'm just concluding in 10 seconds, General David. There is a necessity, using the media negatively here to advance their agenda. It is not an interest of the peace. This is the thing that we need to tell those of the real SPLM, IO command. With that, people of South Sudan are sick and tired. We are actually eyeing for the peace, and whatever is going to cause us to bring the peace, we will do it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Gerald Mariali. Thank you. Brother Ring, go ahead and take the mic, please.
Thank you, thank you. First, let me greet the audience of South Sudan Eagle Media and moderators and all who are on the stage. Yeah, it's a great honor to be here. And first of all, I just want to say something about what Jammu said about early, but Jammu is no longer here. So I will just stop saying anything about what Jammu said early. Second, the topic that has been discussed here, it's a good debate, because we people of South Sudan, we need this kind of dialogue. No matter whatever you said, I wish everybody like Gerald Mariali, you say your own idea and you answer them by yourself, so you don't need anybody else to answer them for you. It would have been very good. This is a good spirit from Gerald Mariali. Second, let us look at what is happening in the withdrawal SPLM-IO. Brother Philemon, he wrote in comment section, he said that the IO withdrawal from the Tumaini initiative is the strategic political objective to kill the Tumaini by questioning their inclusivity. So if that is the case, then people always say, be careful what you wish for because you may get it. So I would say to my brother here that be careful, you guys, for what you wish for because you may get it. IO as a party, they can have political objectives, but they have to be demonstrated on the discussing table. They can advance their ideas through negotiation, and they can be incorporated to whatever people are discussing about. Because most of people here talk that when you sign a peace or whatever a contract is, peace is similar to a contract, legally binding to the people who sign it. So you have a timeline to implement it. And after that, because you sign peace to bring people who are disagreeing on something, to bring them in harmony so they can at least have relative peace before they move to the next step, which is election. Now, if you sit down and you are watching time is passing by and there is nothing is implemented, and at the end of the day, after the time expires, because we, even in this world, we are governing by time. Even human life is governing by time. We don't have unlimited. It's God only who has unlimited time. But human being, you can exist now, and many years later, you're no longer there. So we're supposed to be critical about the timing, and you have to follow the implementation strictly according to the time. Otherwise, it's not going to be relevant. And that is what is now the realization IO is struggling with. They don't recognize that. They think that they have unlimited time. And when the people like the IG was saying, let us go for election. And they were saying that no, the agreement has not been implemented. So now, what option now? People went to Tumaini initiative to bring at least something can make extension, but also can bring new realities. And you cannot have it both ways. You are refusing to go for election, and you are refusing to go for what will bring on the ground the new realities. So now, if you observe now the SPLM-IO, it is self, and this is my answer to the Philemon, it doesn't have good option, it has bad option and worse option. Because the only good action it has is to be a part of the Tumaini initiative and try to influence it through.
Let me read this out for you. This is the protest of the IO, and I'm glad you are here to address this. I'm reading it directly from the letter written by the IO, their protest against the Tumaini initiative. To be minded here. Here it is. Listen carefully, and into Nazayo command, you need to also back this up later on. It says the proposed National Leadership Council
whose decision, quote, shall be final and not subject to approval by the cabinet or legislature.